Let's go.
Hey, seriously, Arizona green tea is really good. Okay. Alright, are we doing this? We're gonna do it. Alright.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you start off because I don't know what you want to say. It's your thing.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's both our things now.
I guess so. Well, I guess we are painfully going to go over our top 15 games of the past whatever years, last generation, since 2005 or 6, whatever you want to go by.
It's 6.
Well, yeah, but it started with the Xbox 360. That was 2005.
Yeah, that's
tons
true.
of games from that system on this list.
Yeah.
So, okay. So should we go over the other stuff first?
Like our shoutouts and how we rank them?
Sure. Yes.
Sure.
Wait, what do you mean
Alright.
by how we rank? Oh, I know what you mean. Okay.
You want me to explain it?
Sure.
Okay, so basically we did our top 15 games, but before our top 15 list, because, well, at first it was our top 10 list, but it was impossible to create just top 10, so then we extended it to 15, but even before our 15, we have just a short, like, shout-out list, games that could have made it, or maybe even should have made it, but we didn't quite put them in top
It's not
15.
fair, but it can't happen.
And also, I decided that HD collections, like, I don't know, they were released within the years that we were counting, but they were actually released before that, so we didn't put them on there. So they're allowed to be in our shout out list, which 2 of mine are.
Oh, okay. You didn't tell me that, but alright. It works. Technically, they released collections for games that did come out. Oh, you know what? Yeah. There's a dual pack of Uncharted 1 and 2, and there's like a collection of Infamous and Infamous 2.
So just that disc.
Alright. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna ignore those. So, you didn't even say the actual thing you said about what we're actually ranking.
Oh, how we rank them? Well, because, IGN and all the big sites, they do like the best 25 games of PS3 or whatever system, and they rank them. Right, but they rank them. They try to like stand back and look at them. I don't know, not like personally, and they just say like, what are the best games? But we did like what we enjoyed playing the most, rather than what we think the best game.
At least for me, and you said you also, it would be different if I were to say what are the best games. This list would be different.
Right, and obviously, like if a game's really well made, it factors into how much I enjoy it. But I can still really enjoy a bad game.
And there's some games that I can say are probably really good that I don't care about, like Journey. But even if this were a list of the best games, I wouldn't even include that because, whatever.
It's actually fairly high on my list, so we'll just.
Oh no. Okay, so we're gonna start with these 5 extra games that we just couldn't put up there.
Right. I have 4, but yeah, you have 5.
Okay. All right. So we're not gonna explain why. We're just gonna.
Well, you can say something little about them, but we should spend more time on the 15. Yeah.
Alright. We doing it one at a time, or should we just group them all at once?
Let's do shoutouts. You do all your shoutouts, I do all my shoutouts, and then one at a time for top 15.
Okay, so I got it down to a list of 5, although it started at about 40. But
well, keep in mind too that for Jesse, like I'm pretty much exclusively a PlayStation guy. On handhelds, I do usually get Nintendos. I really want a 3DS now, but Jesse, he's PlayStation and Nintendo, so he had a lot more games to narrow down.
Yeah, not really. Nintendo doesn't have that many anymore.
Fair enough.
They did invade my list, but not too heavily.
Right.
Alright, so the 5 that I couldn't put in the top 15, but maybe I should have. So this one, I feel really bad. I had it at number 7, and then I started putting Nintendo stuff in there, and
then
I just thought about it, and it's like, I don't like this game as much as I thought I did, really.
Right.
Infamous.
Wow.
Wow. I really like those games, like both of them. I couldn't pick between them. I had cut off Infamous 2 and just put Infamous, but like,
right.
What?
Okay, but also everyone should know this is the first time we're hearing each other's list. So, yeah, and I know exactly what you like, so that really surprises me that Infamous didn't make the list.
I really like those games. but I can't put it above that other stuff.
Right.
Although Infamous Second Son, that'll be awesome. So other than that, I put Call of Duty World at War. I had to put it there.
Okay.
Because,
That's your favorite Call of Duty, right?
yeah, it's my favorite
Okay.
Call of Duty. It just has to be there. PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Okay.
Like, I wish that game was like my second favorite, but it's just not good enough to be.
Yeah.
It definitely in presentation, it's just not there. Metal Gear Solid 4, which I didn't play until like
Oh, man.
last
Okay.
year.
Right.
Obviously awesome, big fan base
Uh-huh.
there. Yeah, I don't know why that matters. What was the other one? What did I not say? Oh, Guacamelee. It's really fun. It came out this year.
Yeah.
It's just a simple little platformer, beat 'em up style thing, which I was never really into. But this one is very fun, and I like hard games, so that kind of is what drew me into that.
Yeah, I never got around to playing it. I should.
It's funny too. All right, you can do yours.
Okay. Oh, wow. So, two of mine are HD, but I'll leave those for last, I guess. My first one was L.A. Noire.
What?
I know you hated it. I know you thought it was so boring. Well, no, it didn't make my list, but I don't know. I thought it was like really impressive, really well done.
Made, but...
Yeah, and I guess wouldn't make my list because sometimes it was boring. You know.
Sometimes.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I really liked it.
Alright.
My other one, which I don't even know why I played this game. I wish I could remember when I bought it and where, because I have no idea why I bought it. But Dead Space was really good. I don't know. I don't really like shooting games, third person or first person. I don't really like horror games. Like, I'm a fan of Silent Hill, but I don't know. But it was just the pacing and the feeling and everything. It was just really, really well done, I think. And then Dead Space 3 happened, so that's a joke.
I didn't even finish that. I bought it.
I could not finish it. That was really boring. Okay, and then my two HD collections. Of course, Metal Gear Solid HD. Oh, so good.
Yeah, you know what? Put that there too, just because that's awesome.
Wow, yeah. Metal Gear Solid 3 is
I
amazing.
played those
and
all like at once, by the way. 2, 3, and
Yeah.
4 within like a couple of weeks. That was retarded.
I played 1, 2, 3, and 4 within a month, yeah. So it's now my second favorite series. So, and if I do end up getting a 3DS, I think I would buy Metal Gear Solid 3 because that's randomly on 3DS.
Yeah.
And then, of course, which you'll hate me for this, but Ico Shadow of the Colossus. It's so good. What the heck is wrong with you? It's so good.
So, with your mention of Dead Space and that, I think we need to also make a video about the most overrated games.
Okay. Write that down. No, I don't know. I just think, man, those two games, they're just so different from everything else. Like, the whole focus of them is like their feeling, like the feeling of the world, and like this sounds weird, but the lighting, like just like every little thing comes together to make this feeling that they were trying to make, this atmosphere, I guess, and it all worked really well. But they're not allowed to be on our main list, so it's a shout out.
All right. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, we're done. Video's over. All right, now we get to the real games, so to speak. You know what? You go first. You have to go first. I'm afraid to say this one.
Oh, me too. I actually think I'll get hate for my.
I feel like I know what it is. What you're about to say.
Well, I just think most people would rank it way higher because it has a huge, crazy fan base. So, anyway, my 15th favorite best game of what is now last generation is Mass Effect 2.
Oh, that's not what okay. Really? I didn't even think you liked it at all.
No, I liked Mass Effect 2. It was great.
Yeah,
I thought it was great. Like, I don't know, it's not one of the few, but it's one of the games that I could just sit and play for like 5 hours and not mind. And, yeah. And I think it's the only game that I've seen. I don't play many open world games, but it's one of the only openish world games that gets conversation trees right. Like they do it really well, and they're not just like two people standing there and the camera switching between two angles of the person's head. I don't know. They did it really well.
I think the reason I like those games is just because I like character interaction and stuff, and that's a huge part of that. I just don't really. I guess the combat's alright. It's not like it doesn't stand out as like the greatest, but and I also don't like futuristic stuff, so that kind of I can't like it.
For me, the most addicting part of the game was like probing. I'll just do that for hours.
All right. Well, my 15th is the same genre.
Okay.
And
Dragon. Okay.
No, doesn't involve dragons.
Okay.
No. Okay. See, this wasn't on my list, and I kicked Infamous off for it, and I might regret that in about 2 seconds.
Well, yeah,
Final
Fantasy
really 13.
Oh my god. Okay. Wow.
No,
we're stirring the pot early.
I have never played a game that like emotionally attached me more, other than something else in this list. But it, oh my god, like I know even people, like random people that don't know each other, always like when they mention this game, they say the 40-hour thing. It doesn't get good till 40 hours in, which is kind of funny how like everybody says that, and it's just like this thing that started. But it's kind of true, but like the way they introduce all the characters and they continuously, like that's all I care about, is like characters talking to each other. I don't care what they're doing. I just want them to talk to each other, which sounds really stupid, but that's why I like Lost and stuff. And then like the combat is not just simple, just mash X. I don't know why people bring that up, because like you constantly have to be switching, unless you're fighting something that you're grinding, like a weak enemy. You're constantly switching what you're doing, switching to defense, offense, magic, whatever it is. And I love that. I love it. Looked great for the time that it came out. All the monsters looked really cool. Obviously,
I think it would still look great. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I watched Emma play it like not too long ago. It's awesome.
I purposefully didn't say anything while you were talking because I know it would just span into like a 10-minute conversation. So I just let you go. Gave you the wheel on that one.
And the ending of that game is the only one ending of any game ever that I've watched multiple times. And like, I cry Everton.
Boy cries Everton. Okay. Fair enough. That's good.
You're not gonna say it.
I respect your opinion.
Oh man. Yep. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Alright. Oh, okay, so I guess number 14. Mm-hmm. We should have like a deep voice guy, like number 14. Oh my god. Wait, number 14 for me, right above Mass Effect 2. Enslaved Odyssey to the West from Ninja Theory. I'm just a huge sucker for like character pieces and like dialogue. I just love good dialogue, and Ninja Theory just has it together with dialogue. Heavenly Sword. I haven't played DMC, but they just know what they're doing.
Wait, that's all the same person? People?
Yeah, people. Yeah. That. Yeah. Andy Serkis is, well, he's in Heavenly Sword and Enslaved, and he's just great at what he does. Thinking back, I think the gameplay was kind of frustrating at times, but I think just overall, like it's just what I like. Like a good story, good characters, good dialogue, no cheesy video game dialogue. Like they're just real people, and the ending, I think, is one of the best endings ever in a video game. Like just the last line, it's almost as good as the last line in The Last of Us. But yeah, it's just really good. Solid game. I like it.
Huh. I tried that. I got a few hours in. Maybe I played it for a good amount of time, like 5 hours probably. But I just couldn't keep playing. I don't know why. Like everything you just said about it, like I like everything about it, but I didn't like it. I
remember when it came out, a lot of the reviews bashed it because it really borrowed in quotations a lot of stuff from Uncharted 2. Like there was actually a part
Wait,
where
when did it come out?
I think the year after.
Oh.
There was a part where you were running towards the screen away from a car that was flipping and like the exact same framing and everything as the Uncharted 2 part. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Uncharted minus Sully, so I mean that's like half of the reason I play Uncharted. So that gives the game a 50.
Fair enough.
Can't do it. Alright, my number 14, another RPG, Kingdoms of Amalur.
I thought of putting it on my list, but I don't think I put enough hours into it to like actually put it on there.
This is one of those games where I played a lot and then beat it and got rid of it. I think I probably sold. Yes, I obviously sold it. And then like a couple years later, or wait, when did it come out? 2012. Okay, so like a year later, because I replayed it again this year and got the platinum on it. I just went back and did everything because it's just so fun. You can just do whatever you want, and it's like one of the best looking games. Just it's not actually like impressive looking. It's just really colorful.
Yeah, like you look at Skyrim and like the early kill zones, and they're all just gray.
Yeah, but they're like really well made,
right?
Well looking, whatever. I don't know how you say that, but like realistic. But this doesn't. It looks like a Wii game kind of when you look at people's faces and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it's just like you back out and everything's like bright blue and green and red.
Yeah. And actually, I know I said Mass Effect 2, like I don't play many open world games, but Kingdom of Amalur, I don't know, like it was really good. It was really interesting, and you always felt like I never felt overwhelmed. I think that's the reason I don't like a lot of open world games. I feel overwhelmed. I don't really know what to do. But I don't know, it was just, I felt it was organized.
Stick to one thing and not get lost.
Yeah, and like you said, it was just really pretty. It was just fun to be in.
Yeah.
And a lot of open world games, they build this amazing world, but then the actual gameplay is really clunky and loose.
Yeah, like Fallout or Skyrim.
Yeah, but I felt like it was just really tight gameplay, and it was good.
It's just a standard, well-made action game in a really cool world.
Yeah, but I think I only put maybe 10, 15 hours into it, so I didn't even really scratch the surface.
I must have hit 100. I don't know. But yeah, it was fun. Alright.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's me. Alright, my 13. So Mass Effect 2 Enslaved. 13 goes to... I'd be very surprised if most people even have ever heard of this. Folklore. It was one of the very first PS3 exclusives back when the argument was it didn't have any, which is a valid argument. It was just a story about a girl named Ellen and a guy named Keats, who you play as both of them through the same story, like kind of two different views of the same story. It used motion controls really well, which I think is the only PS3 game you can say that for.
Really?
Yeah, they used motion controls really well. Really cool atmosphere. It had this kind of Pokemon, like, gotta catch 'em all feel, kind of. Like,
I know nothing about this game.
There was these folks, they were called folks, and they were like just these different monsters that you could kind of capture, and then once you captured, you didn't use the monster, but you could use their, like, ability. And, it was just really good. A really cool story, really interesting. It had really cool folklore.
Wow. That's good.
And it was really good. And I think it was the first game that really got me excited to own like a PS3. I was really happy that I owned it.
Yeah, that was like 2008, so there wasn't really any other reason to own a PS3.
Yeah, I think it was 2007 though.
Oh, that too. There was that other game, I forget what it is, but it's probably in your list. Yeah, I've never played it. I had it, like, when I was doing that renting thing, I had it on the list kind of low, just in case. But then I stopped doing that and never got to it.
I think now I would say, like, just don't bother, but if it was back then, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, especially, like, early PS3 games are not good looking.
Yeah, it wasn't really good looking.
They're really all, like, grainy and weird. It's scary, except for, like, Uncharted 1. That doesn't look bad if you go back to that.
Because it's Naughty Dog, man. It's Naughty Dog.
They know what they're doing. Okay, so number 13 for me is probably the only game on either of our lists of this genre, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Tower
Is it a puzzle
defense.
game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plants vs. Zombies. Yeah.
Okay.
This
Wow.
game. Oh my god. I've like, other than huge RPGs or shooters, definitely like the game I've played the most. It
Okay.
I don't even know how to just like. It's so relaxing, but it also takes a lot of skill to just. A lot of times I just go back to it and play like puzzles on it, and just for a few
Right.
minutes. It's one of the only games I ever go back to and play for a few minutes that I haven't actually deleted off my PS3.
Right. I think I only played it on my cell phone.
Yeah, it's kind of on everything. I didn't even know if it was allowed to be on this list, but it did come out.
Yeah, no, of
within-
course.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say about this game. Like, it's just relaxing, fun, takes some skill. It has
Mhm.
like infinite replayability. I still have it.
Yeah.
Like, it's on the Vita also. I played it on that sometimes.
And I think like there's a lot of other games like it, but it does everything those genres of games are supposed to do really well.
Yeah. Like, I don't really play tower defense games, but this one, it's just so simple, but then like anybody could play it, but
Right.
if you want to really play it and do like the harder challenges and stuff, it takes a lot of specific decisions.
Yeah.
I like anything that punishes you for making one stupid mistake, and this does that, so it's always good.
Great.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
fun. That's it.
All right. So, Mass Effect 2 Enslaved Folklore. Number 12. Oh, wow, this is another game no one's ever heard of or played or cared about. Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom. It was so good. It's like, I think it was put out by Namco Bandai. And it's, I don't even know how to explain it. It's kind of like a puzzle adventure game. You play as this guy who has this huge...
Isn't it like an escort thing?
Kind of. Yeah, like you're this guy, you have this companion who's this huge green grassy monster guy, and you just work together to solve puzzles and open chests and get the jewel at the top of the castle. And I don't know, it's just whatever, but it was really enjoyable, and it felt like I found my own secret like hideout because no one knew what it was. So it was like, yeah, I'm just playing Majin in the Forsaken Kingdom. No big deal. I thought it was really well done. It was just really enjoyable. Like, it's just a small, cute. I've never used the word cute to describe a game.
Was it like short?
Like 10 hours, maybe. Yeah. And I'm really bad with puzzle games. Like, I mostly play, I don't know, like adventure games or whatever you would call them.
Yeah.
But so whenever there happens to be a puzzle in one of these games, I try for like 10 minutes and then I instantly pull up a walkthrough. Like I just my mind just, I don't know. But this game, they were. Oh, I've tried Portal. Yeah, that was a joke. But I like this game. They were, I don't know. They were like logical. Like it wasn't. I don't know. They were just achievable puzzles that
Like
they
made sense.
Yeah, you had to think about them, but then once you flipped the switch and went in the shadows and did the belly flop, then, you could advance. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like that's something Zelda and Uncharted both pull off well. They have
Yeah.
interesting
Like, not ridiculous puzzle.
Aren't stupid.
Yeah.
Alright. Sounds good. I never played that either. I don't really know anything about it. I just know you're the only person I've ever heard mention that game.
I don't know, again, I don't know why I bought it or how I heard of it, but I'm glad I did. Yeah, number 12.
Alright. Well, my number 12, again, another RPG.
Wow.
It's like there's a trend or something. Wow. So, Fallout New Vegas, not 3. I had to tease with that. I think Fallout New Vegas is better than 3. But that might come down to because I played it before 3. Because I think that's a big thing in games. People tend to take whatever they play first and attach something to it, and they
Yes,
hold everything else to it and compare it. And obviously, New Vegas came out after it, so it does have improvements. People have complained that it's glitchier, but I played it like not at release, so that could also be influencing this. I think Fallout is the best like open world. Maybe I shouldn't say that because of something else, but open world shooter. I shouldn't say that either. Nothing I can say. Crap. Well, I don't know. It's fun to just get put in this desert and you just have to do whatever you want. And
Right.
I don't know. Obviously, the mechanics aren't that great for shooting, which is why I never really used guns in those games. I always did melee stuff because that's what I like doing. I like clubs and stuff like that, even in Skyrim. Well, obviously there's no guns in Skyrim. Why did I just say that? But, yeah.
You could use arrows, I guess.
It's actually fun.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's
Cool.
just got a lot of exploration. So that's the point of it, but I don't know, there's a survivability to it. I never played it on hardcore mode. That kind of scared me away. But I don't know, I came back to it a couple times, just played through it a little bit, and just had to get my Fallout fix. It's fun. I like RPGs that you can specifically make your character like completely different than another specific type of character. That's always cool.
Right.
So like you go all strength and you're just like this slow, bulky guy, or you go like this fast, stealthy type thing. I think Fallout does it the best. I've never, I don't know, Skyrim, even though I heavily prefer swords over guns, I just liked Fallout more. I don't know what it is. I guess the enemies are kind of cool. There's like, it's animals. There's like infected animals everywhere and people, crazy people, because it's... I don't know. That's cool.
There's a Fallout.
Yeah. Kinda, a little bit.
I only played, like when I came to Japan, brought my PS3, but obviously didn't bring any games. So I went to a game store here, and they had Fallout 3 for like, I don't know, like $10 or something. So I played only like maybe 4 or 5 hours. And I don't know, I just followed the main story because you know me in open world games. I get stressed out.
Definitely not a game you want to do that in.
Yeah.
Another thing in Fallout is that, or New Vegas at least, there's like a heavy karma system that actually matters. Especially because there's like different factions and stuff, and they will get mad at you and like attack you on the spot if you've done things to upset their faction, that you've like helped out another faction. It's really cool. There's like 4 very separate endings based on what you do, which other than like Infamous, I think that's one of the best series that's tackled that well.
Right.
And I don't think Fallout 3 didn't do that. That's one of the biggest reasons I like New Vegas the best.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Is this 11?
So, yeah, I'm on number 11. Mass Effect 2, Enslaved, Folklore, Imagining the Forsaken Kingdom. Number 11 is Heavenly Sword.
Yep. Okay.
Freaking wow. Nariko, I think, is... I think that game has some of the best written characters in games ever. The gameplay, whatever, I don't know, like, it's just hack and slash. If you're into, like, combos and stuff, it has a lot of, like, combo work, but you don't even have to use them. I guess that's just, you can if you want to see her move differently. I don't know.
Or if you're playing on a harder difficulty.
I guess, yeah. I think, like, it has just so many lines and moments that I'll always remember, like when Kai faces, what's his name, Foxtail, or Fox, maybe just Fox, by herself, and she gets the Heavenly Sword, and then she goes back to Nariko, and spoilers. She's in the Colosseum about to fight Roach, I think his name is, and Kai just flies to the air and just yells, "Nariko, the sword!" Like, I get goosebumps every time. And the other scene with Whiptail, when they're like, just Nariko and Whiptail, like 2 really strong female characters, which we never get in games. and she's talking about like she killed her father or something, and Nariko like looks at her and she goes, "Oh, it's so much better when you're angry." And then later in the scene, Nariko like disses Whiptail. She says like, "Oh, it was the king who turned you into a slit-faced psycho." And then Whiptail looks all angry, and then she says the same line, like, "It's so much better when you're angry." It's just, like, there's so many good lines, and good, like, just so good. I don't know. My PSN name is Nariko's Ghost. Like, just really, really good characters. I think that's the only reason I like that game. The writing and the characters, that's what Ninja Theory is all about. But then they kind of ignore gameplay, which, I don't know if that's kind of the point of video games, but...
Well,
I'm a sucker.
DMC, they definitely didn't like ignore the gameplay. That game is really fun.
That's true. I haven't played, but I'm doing Devil May Cry HD Collection. I'm on the third one, but anyway, yeah, they just have really good writers. Andy Serkis directed the actors in that one. He's just obviously really good, and yeah, it's just that's what I like. Yeah, writing and acting, and it did it all really well. So
I feel like that's a series that might get rebooted or something at some point.
Well, they're doing that god-awful movie. So...
Wait, are they, like, using the characters from the game? Like, the voice actors?
Yeah. And it's actually, do you know the TV show Fringe?
Yeah.
The main girl in Fringe plays Nariko, and she's coming back for the movie.
Oh. Well, why would it be bad, then? Why?
Well, did you watch the trailer?
Oh, no, I don't think so. You can't judge a movie based on its trailer.
Or you can and be right.
Okay. You're telling me if it were to actually come to theaters, you wouldn't watch it?
Oh, of course I'll watch it, but I'll cry.
Alright. Well, I was hoping that somehow we would end up with the same game at the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
And this was my only hope for that to happen. Well, I guess there's a couple more.
Okay. I think I know what it is then.
Yeah? Well, really, at number 11, you know what I think would be number 11?
Does it start with a C?
Oh, wow. Wow. I'm actually surprised. Yeah, it's Catherine.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this game is hilarious. It's like, it's so far from a game at like half the time.
It's a lifestyle.
It's like, this is like the only game I've ever played that I don't necessarily love the gameplay, but I really like the game.
Oh yeah, I guess it's technically like a puzzle game, which I hated, but no, I loved it.
It's so weird. Like the gameplay is just weird. It doesn't like.
It's not even.
If
Yeah.
you're looking at it from outside, not playing the game, you're like, "What is this? Why is this with this sheep man?"
Why is he naked?
Oh, it's also Troy Baker, so I mean.
Oh wow, I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, anything he's in. Well, no, he's in everything. That doesn't make sense. If he's the main character, it's probably good. So, yeah, it's so weird. Like, I think this game has the best story.
Right.
Probably. There's one other or a couple other that compete with it, but on its own, just the story, aside from the gameplay, like the gameplay does make sense with the game, but you have to play it to understand that. But from outside, like, it's just weird. Like,
yeah,
you're just
and in between, right. That's the majority. But then in between, there's all that like sim gameplay, like.
Oh yeah, when you're at
like,
the bar.
Not dating sim, but like life.
Yeah, you're at the
sim,
bar. You can just walk around
and talk to people. And,
See,
like,
I didn't realize until I'd never heard of Persona when I played that, and it's by the Persona team, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. And even after I bought Persona 4 Golden, I didn't realize that was by Persona team. And then afterwards, I put it together. I'm like, oh my, that's why they're like they're similar.
Yeah,
it's like weird, but yeah, it's really funny. It definitely makes you care about the characters, and it's creepy. It's like it's got so many different things. It's
creepy. Yeah, actually, like I knew that it was by Persona team. It was just one of those things I knew. But then, just like you, Persona 4 was the first Persona I played. So now that I know like what the Persona team is about, it makes me want to go back and play Catherine to like get that feeling again. And like,
yeah, that's another game I watched Emma play, and
did she like it?
Yeah, I hope there was some of the climbing though, because some of it's so like that's a puzzle
Hard.
game.
It's
It's
hard.
really hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, even on normal, it's just retarded.
It's really hard.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you can sit there for half an hour and not see something that's really obvious.
Yeah, yeah. I just looked it up, and it sold 800,000 copies, which makes me really happy.
Well, it was on the Xbox also. I don't know how well
Yeah.
it sold on that. Well, I guess the box
It's
set probably sold half of the copies.
It's a quarter of a million on 250,000 on Xbox, and then the rest of the 800,000 on
Box art
PS.
is misleading at the same time as it makes sense.
Yeah, I remember I bought. That was the last game I bought before I moved away for university to Toronto, and I bought it when I was buying a bunch of stuff for my dorm room, so my mom was there, and I bought Catherine, and she was like, "What is this game about?" I was like, "You actually just move blocks around." So.
And it's not like this horrible advertising. Like, it makes sense. That is
Yeah,
part of the
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
It's just clearly the best way to advertise the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh, there's that game. It's something.
It's something. It's freaking great. All right, so this is big leagues now. We're getting into top 10.
So those were the games
So-
that we might have had to cut if we weren't going to do that.
Right. So thankfully we didn't, because I really wanted to Heavenly Sword Machine, all those I wanted to say. So, okay, so my number 10. This is my top 10 list. Best games last gen. Number 10. Just making the top 10 is Catherine.
Oh. I was off by one. I knew I should have.
Yeah, so we just talked about it, so whatever.
Yes,
I really liked
saved
it.
time.
So yeah, Catherine is my number 10.
Oh, that means you like it more than me. I feel bad.
Well,
Oh, right, I have
Yeah.
to go now. I forgot. Like, that counted as you. Okay.
yeah.
So my top 10 is going to start with probably the only, like, I doubt you have something from this genre on yours.
Okay.
You know what it is? I've got a couple, actually. Burnout Paradise.
Burnout, racing game. Okay.
Yeah. Racing game.
Yeah, I forgot you like racing.
I randomly bought this game. It was like 2009, and I just
I remember,
got a
yeah.
PS3, and it was like on the store. And I'm like, oh, what's this? I had never heard of Burnout.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of Metal Gear Solid at that point. Like, I only knew Nintendo stuff. So I was like, oh, cool, some racing game. So I just got it, started playing it. It's like, I was so amazed. It was like open world racing. I was like, what is this? How does this exist? Because I had never played anything other than like
How
Mario.
does this exist?
Uh,
Alright.
like soundtrack. Oh man, that was the first time I ever heard the song "Take Me" or "Paradise City." And I was like, oh, this is really cool, and now I love that song.
Alright.
Yeah, you just drive around. You can customize your car. Like, I love games, car games that you can like specifically color your car. I don't know why, but it's so great having a
Well,
bright
because
orange
you
car.
could make it orange. Yeah.
A bright orange car, a bright purple car.
Yeah.
It's awesome. The controls, by far, it's the best handling game I've played. Last year, Need for Speed Most Wanted came out. It was it was partially made by the guys who made that, Criterion. They helped make it, and like that was comparable. It was like, oh yes, finally another racing game that feels this good.
Now, do you mean like the handling was super realistic, or you just mean it was just like really good?
That would be Gran Turismo.
Okay.
For an arcade game, like it felt good to turn a corner, and it wasn't necessarily easy, but like it was easy to get used to. And then every car would be different, and you'd kind of have to adjust to it. I just liked how you could just drive around. Oh, obviously the best part of it is the crashing animation, which they brought back with Most Wanted. It's just like you can just fly off this ramp, crash into a building, and it'll go slow motion and show exactly how it crushed your car.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's always
cool.
fun. Yeah.
Has there been a Burnout game since then?
I don't think so, which is really sad.
Mm.
Which is why I liked Most Wanted from last year, because it was them. They
Right.
helped make it, but it just wasn't. It was really good, but it wasn't quite Burnout Paradise. Because you're just like on this island, and there's like freaking jumps everywhere, and you go flying, and then there's like really fast cars, and they look cool, and you can customize them completely. And then they added bikes. They added like a day and night cycle,
cool.
which looked cool. Yeah, I think you'd go
So-
flying off your bike if you did stuff.
What was the racing game that launched with PS4, Xbox One? It was Need for Speed, right?
Rivals.
Rivals. Okay.
Yeah. I just returned that a couple days ago, but it was really, it was good. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm just missing Burnout, I guess.
Mm.
It's hard.
So
to,
what is Criterion doing now?
I have no idea. I don't even know if they worked on Rivals, because it doesn't. It just says Ghost
Yeah.
on it. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, that's me then. Number nine. So 10 was Catherine. Number 9 goes to a little known game, a little bot game, a little play game. Again, all mine. Nier.
I knew it.
Yeah, that's Neir, I think, or Nier. I don't know.
IER.
Okay, yeah, like not near as in close, just near.
Yeah.
It was by, I think their name's Cavia, and they were owned by Square Enix, and they did a series before this called Drakengard, I think, which I've never played, and apparently they were like kind of like cult following like Niers. So then they put out Nier, and Square Enix became that company that isn't satisfied with 4 million copies sold. So Nier sold like 750,000 or something, 750,000, and they closed Cavia. So my life has no meaning. It was
So many of these games are just one shot, like just out of nowhere games, like Machine and Heavenly Sword and.
well, that's freaking where the best new ideas are the best always. But it was kind of maybe not in reviews, but just on the internet. People said it was like kind of comparable to Zelda, but like a mature Zelda. I know Darksiders got that comparison a lot, but
Yeah.
Nier just had like this world that I don't know. It was really good story, really good characters. Grimoire Weiss and what's her name? Kane?
Kanye?
I forget. Kane or oh man, I've played it in so long.
I think it's Kanye.
And Emil, there's Emil, Kane, and Grimoire Weiss, the main character, and they're all really good characters. The writing was really good, which is really not common for a Japanese game. No offense, but they just usually don't have good writing. But yeah, the characters were really good, and to this day, and this is the only thing that I admit is better than Final Fantasy X, which is my favorite game of all time ever. This game has the best soundtrack ever written, and I will say that it has a better soundtrack than Final Fantasy X. Like it was, I would just sit in the world, like the open, what do you call it? Not the world map, but kind of the portal world or whatever, and just listen to that song over and over again. So good. But yeah, actually, it was a cool fact. The girl who wrote all the music, she invented a language to write the lyrics in, and all of the lyrics in the song are in this language that she invented. And it gives it a really cool feeling. Anyway, yeah, that's my number 9, Nier.
Well, another game that I don't know anything about. Wow. That was another game like Folklore that I had on the list that I was going to play if it came down to it, but it didn't happen.
Right.
I don't know. I don't really have anything to say because I don't know about it.
Well, that means you should probably say your number 9.
Oh. Well, speaking of, I guess from a long time ago, speaking of Nintendo invading my list. Well, here's one of them. Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Fair enough. I actually just played a couple of rounds of Melee yesterday.
See, that one's better. Yeah. well, it depends on what you're looking for, but I don't know. Super Smash Bros. Has always been one of my favorite series, and like
Right.
before this generation, I would have like, I don't know, I would have said it's my favorite series. But I don't know, lately, other things have come up, obviously, as I've matured as a gamer or whatever. But it's still
I remember
really fun.
when you got Brawl, and you had been waiting for it for like over a year. It must have been.
Like,
You checked
always
that
checking the
website every
website.
day, yeah. And I remember when you got it, and we were hanging out one day, and I was asking you how it was. You're like, "Oh, it's so good, blah blah." And I was like, "So, is it your new favorite game?" And you just looked at me, and you were like, "Seriously?" Like, you're like, "Obviously."
Yeah, at the time, I'm sure I was like that.
I was like, "Okay,
It's
sorry."
like, I remember staying up all night that night. I was playing with like Adam. He went to my house when I got it, and we like played it all night. Oh man, I don't know. I want to say Melee is the better game because it's more competitive, but like Brawl has more. It's you can have more fun just with your friends, just playing for fun and
Right.
being stupid. There's more things to do in it.
I hear like Brawl is just more floaty,
Yeah.
like it's looser to control, I guess.
Like Melee is more specific and tight.
Right.
And Brawl is just floaty and fun, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, that's just it's one of those games you have to, or I have to like, just because like Nintendo has always been. I don't know. I've played a lot of Nintendo games, and they're all in this. And I always had fun playing with like either friends or whoever, or even by myself with computer players. It's just fun. But I don't know. I think it's gone down in how much I have cared about it over the years. I don't know
Right.
where it'll be after the next one. Although with the naming of the next one, it doesn't have that.
What is the subtitle?
You don't know what it is?
No.
Okay. Well, this will be interesting.
Should I look it up?
No. So next year we're gonna get Super Smash Brothers for 3DS and Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. That's what they're called.
It's called Super Smash Bros. For Wii U.
I think so. I think that's literally what they called it, unless there's no 4. I think it might just be Super Smash Brothers Wii U and Super Smash Brothers 3D, or it might even say on. But yeah, it's one of those.
It's so stupid.
They didn't put like, come on, at least put 4.
Or like, if
It's
they
like
really
they want to
think-
push the name Wii U into people's faces by putting Super Smash Brothers before it.
right.
Nobody knows what a Wii U is. They're like, what is this? Is it an accessory? No, it's Super Smash Brothers Wii U.
Like they could have even had a subtitle like Super Smash Brothers
Universe or something.
Bash whatever Wii U,
Crash
and then
Bash.
Super Smash Brothers Bash 3DS. Like that's okay. That's fine. You know.
They like
But
to do it anyways, but
But that's just okay. Whatever.
it's kind of.
I'll just leave it. Wow. Okay. It's a little bit lazy, but it's okay.
I'm trying to move the mic. Hopefully, I don't make a lot of noise.
You're making quite a bit of noise.
1 second. I'll be done. There we go.
A bass drop to end it. Okay. My number 8 then, right?
I have no idea. Sure. Yes, I think so.
Number 8. Okay. Actually, you might be surprised that this is not higher, but maybe if we were doing like the best games, but this is just like our
Okay,
personal.
I
so
think I
guess-
know what it is then.
Really?
Maybe not.
Okay, so number 8 for me is The Walking Dead.
Okay, never mind.
It's an amazing game. I think the only reason, well, number 8 I think is high honor.
8 out of like hundreds.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's to the point where we're gonna stop saying bad things about the games.
Yeah.
They're all just amazing now.
It's
But
just because you have to put something above it.
yeah, so The Walking Dead is amazing. For me, the copy I downloaded was really glitchy. So apparently I'm alone on this, but it was really glitchy, and seriously, every time, it wasn't occasional. every time the camera changed angles, there was like a hiccup, a pause, and it just
Maybe you had a bad
that's
case
what
of the hiccups.
I don't know. So when I think The Walking Dead, I remember that, but I also remember like how, because I watched the first, I guess, 2.5, 3 seasons of the show. Um,
Before
it's
playing that?
before playing it, and the writing in the game is so far ahead of the show. Like, it's just so much better, which is embarrassing on AMC's part. But it's really good. Like how Telltale, like that they even like thought of the idea of people either being basically through the whole story or not being through the whole story. Like, this is an insane amount of work.
Yeah.
Like, in the first episode, this is a minor spoiler, I won't say who, but you can choose between two people dying in the very first episode.
Yeah.
And for me, the person that I kept alive didn't die until, like, maybe the third or fourth episode.
Yeah.
So they were there for, like, the whole thing, which means they would have had to write, like, everything differently.
Yeah.
And that's just one example. So, oh man, they're like
I
magicians.
feel like all
over
the
there.
shortcomings of the game are things like they couldn't, like nobody's smart enough to figure out yet. Like making it really important who you pick, like and making 2 completely different endings, or like 5 completely different endings based on what you do. Like that's so much work that it can't be done yet.
Yeah.
But I feel like it will be eventually, and I think The Walking Dead's like this a step that way. But for like the time it came out, it's doing it better than anything else has. So.
All right. Yeah. And for me, I think the highlight of the series was, okay, besides the last bit of the last episode, was, I think it's episode 2 when you're on the farm. I think that, oh my gosh, it was so well done. Like, not on a farm. Like, not on Herschel's farm. Like the second farm with the
family?
crazy people. Yeah, the family, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, oh man, that episode was amazing. I had such a,
just,
I had a pit in my stomach.
It like adds a, because you know, I guess like because it tells you in the first episode that people can die. The rest of the game, you're like, people can die, so you're trying to not let that happen for the people that you like. Even if it's never gonna happen, you still feel like it's going to.
Yeah, and I would just like to point out, this might stir the pot some, but Heavy Rain is not on my list, and this game is infinitely times better than Heavy Rain.
Oh boy. Alright.
Sorry, it had to be said. I don't even know why they get compared, but I guess because they're both like interactive dramas, like that's their genre.
Yeah.
I think they're really different games, but I think The Walking Dead is so much better.
Well, yeah, I guess I'll just point out now that The Walking Dead is not on my list at all. Which is weird, because at the end
Did you forget about it?
No, it's there.
No.
It was in the top, and then I was like, oh, Nintendo. Oops.
Okay.
And,
That's fair.
and then I didn't even put it in my mentions thing, because I was like, I don't know, maybe I should have, but...
You thought it was good though, right? Like,
yeah.
you liked it.
Well, yeah, it was in the top.
Right.
Crap, I forgot what I was going to say. Something. Oh, like at the end of last year, I think that was the game I was saying was my favorite. Like, I was happy when it won the VGAs.
Right.
But there's another... Like, even though I said I think that game was probably my favorite of last year, there's a game on here higher on the list that came out that year. So it's
From
like,
last year, right? Okay.
I guess, I don't know, that's a game that hits you, like, when you're done playing it, it like, sticks to you. And you're like, that was amazing. But then it kind of... It's like, okay,
that's
it
right.
was kind of amazing, but it kind of...
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like, when we were making the list before we started recording. Like, I hope I'm not putting some of them near the top just because they came out a short while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, whatever.
Alright, well, I guess I'll get another Nintendo game out of the way here. 2 in a row.
Number 8.
I'm just going to go back over mine quickly. Final Fantasy 13, Kingdoms of Amalur, Plants vs. Zombies, Fallout New Vegas, Catherine, Burnout Paradise, Super Smash Brothers, Bro, and another Nintendo game that came out around the same time, and basically the only 2 Wii games that are awesome, which is sad, other than like Super Mario Galaxy, but I don't like those games as much as most people do.
Right.
Mario Kart Wii.
Oh, wow. That was not what I thought I was going to be. Okay.
You thought I was going to say, like, Twilight Princess?
Yes.
No way. That was
No
one of the
way.
games when I said there's a specific series that is not on this list
Okay.
that really should be, but it just wasn't there last generation. That was Zelda.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mario Kart Wii. I know I said Burnout Paradise is like the perfect racer, but you can't beat Mario Kart. Like, I've played Mario Kart since I was like 3, and I've played every one. And Mario Kart Wii is really good. I do like the GameCube one better, Double Dash, but
Man, that's just amazing.
yeah, the online component of Mario Kart Wii is like the only working online game on the Wii, pretty much. Other than like Medal of Honor, which
Right.
it doesn't deserve to be on this list. But
Is that still going?
no,
Oh, okay.
no, that they shut down the servers. I think mid 2011.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's that's the game that got you into gaming.
Yeah. Well, it went past Nintendo.
Right. even though it was on the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was like the gateway away from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, into online stuff. But yeah, Mario Kart Wii did online really well. It wasn't laggy. It was really fun getting up your points to try to get a perfect score by winning every race. Like I said, GameCube one I think is more fun just because you're 2 characters and there's a little bit more customization. In this one with the bikes, there's customization. That's good. But it's just got really solid controls, like they all do. Mario Kart, to me, is like the best arcade racer that isn't open world. I guess I have to put that there because of Burnout Paradise. But yeah, I think it's better than the DS version and Mario Kart 7, which I also could have put on this, which is the 3DS one. But it might be because I played with a lot of people online, which kind of boosted how much fun I was having with the game. But I still, I felt compelled to perfect every race, and I did, and it was a good time.
It was a good time.
Yep.
Cool. Actually, I think last weekend I went to an arcade, which is like a huge thing here in Japan for everyone listening. Like arcades back home are like, I don't know, they're just not a thing. I don't know, but here they're like
movie theater.
Yeah, but it's like a huge community, and like it's like a thing that people do all the time to go play like Street Fighter and whatever. And they have Mario Kart like
GP
machines, like racing machines, and Namco developed it, not even Nintendo.
Pac-Man.
And yeah, there's Pac-Man in it, and it's not good, but
that one's weird.
But it was cool. Like it was fun to play. Just whatever, it was fun. But there's no drifting, which I feel like if you take drifting out of Mario Kart, that's
like
the
what
whole
separates.
point. Yeah.
Like, just playing it, because like anybody can play it, but you can't beat someone who knows how to play by drifting perfectly around every single corner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Mario Kart Wii, very interesting. Did you play that game with the Wiimote or the GameCube controller?
Must have been GameCube controller. If you could use it, I definitely used that. I think it was.
I think I remember you playing it with that. Yeah.
Same with
All
Smash
right.
Brothers.
Right. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Number 7. Yeah, I'll run through mine real quick again too. Mass Effect 2, Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, Folklore, Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom, Heavenly Sword, Top 10 are Catherine, Nier, The Walking Dead, and number 7 is Gravity Rush on the Vita. Oh man, stirring the pot one game at a time. Here we go. So, Gravity Rush is amazing. It's okay. I think I'm like learning. I'm really learning about myself making this list, because I think so far like every game on my list just has a really cool atmosphere. It feels good to be in the game, and maybe that's why I don't care for open world games. I don't know. I won't get into that, but it's just like this steampunk. Everything's like gold and yellow and orange and brown. and there's like steam and gears
Punks.
and like punks. And like the soundtrack is really cool, like jazzy, and like just it's the first game. Like I think I played Golden Abyss on the Vita before Gravity Rush, but it was the first game on the Vita where I was like, holy crap, this machine is amazing. And I'm not a trophy hunter, but I just couldn't stop playing the game, so I was like, oh, I might as well get the platinum. I think I only have 3 platinums, but I got the platinum. I never download DLC. I downloaded all the DLC, got all the trophies. It's just so addicting. I just wanted to stay in it all the time. Sometimes it was frustrating because you had to use the tilt function of the Vita to aim like the thing. So sometimes they didn't get it perfectly, but the sequel they'll fix it hopefully.
Oh yeah, I forgot they're doing that.
There's not a day goes by that I forget.
Is it for just Vita?
It's just for the sequel.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Huh. That would be okay. That's good.
And actually, the way they revealed it was hilarious. The director of the first one, they won like an award for something like Best Vita, I don't know, whatever. And someone sent him a tweet like, "Congratulations on winning that award" or whatever. And the director tweeted him back, "Thanks, I'll try even harder on the sequel." And that's how he revealed the game.
They should do that with like Half-Life or Shadow of the Colossus.
Like if Valve tweets to like a follower, "I hope you enjoy Half-Life 3, which comes out next month." Like, the bossiest move ever. But anyway, yeah, no, it's just, yeah, I just really liked it. It was amazing. Top 7, definitely, yeah.
Huh. Yeah,
number 7.
Not, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm not alone on this because that's one of those games that people like. There's a lot of people that like it, and there's a lot of people that are just like, eh. Like, it's not this.
Yeah. I can see why it could get mad reactions, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, honestly, the reason I stopped playing it is because I'm dumb and somehow messed up the cloud saving and deleted my save after about... I was only in, like, 2 hours, but I was like, I'm not doing that again. I might have kept playing. I don't know if I would have, though. I wasn't really having that much fun to care enough to do it again.
Right. Actually, now that you say that, I think I played the first few chapters and did something weird too. Like, it didn't... But it wasn't 2 hours worth, but...
I don't know.
It sold, I just looked, it sold 340,000 copies, which isn't great, but I think a lot of more people own it because it's free on PS Plus. So
I can't say I have a specific reason I don't like it. I just didn't.
I thought it was amazing. It has an 83 on Metacritic, so it got fairly good reviews, I guess. But.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
stuck with me.
So, wait, what am I on, 7?
Yeah, 7.
I guess this is where there's like I think there's a line here. Like this top 7 is kind of a little bit higher above the other ones than they are from each other. So I'll start it with Borderlands 2.
Okay.
I know Borderlands 1 isn't on this list. Really, they're both the same, you know? Technically, I guess.
So you don't prefer one over the other?
No.
Really? Okay.
Not really. I mean, obviously Borderlands 2 is better. But, again, it's like that thing where I played Borderlands 1 first, and I don't know, like, there's nothing that's better about 1. 2 is better. Okay, whatever, forget 1. 2 is better in every way.
Okay.
It's just that there's nothing wrong with 1 at the time, I guess. But then once you play 2, you're like, okay, what's the point of 1?
Clearly better.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Other than games that are strictly online multiplayer shooters, like Call of Duty, or Battlefield, or Killzone, it has like perfect shooter controls. It's not slow. It's like Fallout, because really it's kind of similar to Fallout. Like, it has the not post-apocalypse, but like deserty feel, Well, that goes more for Borderlands 1, but it still applies here. It's like this open world, kind of weird world inhabited by monster-like things with a gun in your hand. But the shooting controls they can't really be improved. Like, they're perfect, at least for how other games are at this point. So yeah, shooting controls are perfect. The skill trees are really cool to mess around with, try different things. There's different characters that are way different from each other. And obviously, the reason I like this game is because of co-op. Like, I love co-op games. And
the only time I spent with Borderlands 2 was playing co-op.
Yeah. And that's...
I never played by myself.
No. Of course, it's still perfectly fine by yourself, but it is so much better when you play with other people. It's just sometimes hard to do, getting the same time as other people.
Right.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's got gameplay that I can't really see a way to improve it. And yeah, I don't really see any flaws with these games. Like, it's a great, but I don't know. I don't know if you could, like, you played it. Like, can you really like it even though you don't like shooters? Like,
I enjoyed my time with it. I think I would never have played it or bought it unless, like, I was looking for a game specifically for co-op.
Yeah.
So I bought it for that reason, and it was good. The only thing, again, I don't like shooters, so I'm biased, but the only thing that I didn't really like about it was, I think the shooting just got monotonous. Like, it was just you just shooting.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that.
Like, in Killzone Shadowfall I'm playing right now, like, every chapter has shooting, but there's always, like, I don't know, do something else. Like, there's always something else to, like, break it up. You're not always just running and shooting. But I just felt like in Borderlands you're just shooting, which is fine. Whatever, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a game about shooting and the guns that you shoot with.
Yeah, it's like very about guns because there's like billions of them or whatever, which is what like I think kind of takes away from what you're saying. It's not like that because there's thousands of guns and they're all different. I mean, obviously they can't be too different or else they wouldn't be guns, but
and and I guess the
randomizedness of the game is also a huge plus.
It was awesome, yeah, because, like, okay, for example, in Killzone, I don't get excited when I pick up a new gun.
Yeah. No.
I just pick up a gun
it's
and,
like, okay, everybody did that exact same thing, and everybody's
but in Borderlands, they really did well in making you excited, like, oh, what's this gun going to be when I pick it up? Yeah. Which, for me to care about that, I think it's a big deal, because I really don't care about guns.
And how they color code things so you know, like, this is a rare gun. You are lucky. It's like instant gratification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
It also, once you get pretty far through it, there's a character that is hilarious and one of the best, or at least funniest characters, like, in any game.
I think I almost beat it.
What?
Yeah, I think I got it. How many chapters are there?
I don't even know how it. What do you mean? I don't know.
I think it's chapters. I think there's chapters. I think so. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Anyway, I got pretty far.
Did you get to Tiny Tina?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. She's hilarious.
Oh yeah, she's awesome.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Wow. Number 6. Okay, you have to know what it is because it's not on your list, but it's high on my list. It's Journey.
Oh. I'll be right back.
I think Journey, like, I don't know, like, it's so hard to talk about it without sounding, like, pretentious, and, like, I just think it represents what video games could and should be at times. Like, yes, we need the kill zones and the Borderlands and the stupid whatever. Whatever. I'm not saying they're stupid, but like, we need, like, because other mediums, every other medium is like, I'm totally forgetting the word. Like, they're okay. diverse and they're looked at like normally by other people. I'm forgetting the word, but like books.
Accepted? What?
Accepted. I don't know. Like widely used and accepted. Like if you say I read books,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Okay.
that's okay. Like whatever. If you say like, oh, I'm really into film and
Oh,
like,
and you say if you play games, then they assume you're playing Call of Duty or something.
right. So like, yeah, I think Journey just represents so much of what should happen and needs to happen, and then you can talk about like the art part of it, where it's like this whole like microcosm of the world, and it's a metaphor for life, and how like we interact with other people, and all you can get into the pretentious like whatever art speak, but I think as a game it just represents something awesome, and it was just really good for the industry, whatever, blah blah blah, and it was well done. Like it's a good game. I cried. It's beautiful. The music, I think it has the second or third best soundtrack behind Nier and Final Fantasy X and 12.
No, it's the best at one thing.
It's the best at one other thing?
No, I said no, it's the best at one and then I forgot what the award was. But whatever it won that was like a regular awards show. Didn't it win?
No, it was nominated for a Grammy, which is a big music awards, but it didn't win.
It didn't win. Oh, never mind.
No, the soundtrack from Girl with the Dragon Tattoo beat it.
Oh, that's a good movie, so that's okay. Dragons are more exciting than walking around in the desert.
There's actually no dragons in that movie, as you might have believed.
You know what? I don't really.
I know you didn't like it.
I'm not going to get into why I don't like it, but I'm going to point out one thing about it that I don't like, I guess. Or that I don't like about the reaction to it.
Okay.
Is that it's like Demon Souls, Dark Souls come out. They have this really cool multiplayer. Nobody talks about it. Journey does.
That is untrue. That is so untrue.
No. Nobody. Okay. I don't even. No, like, not enough people talk about it. I don't know. It doesn't get enough recognition. But then Journey does it, and it's like this crazy, innovative, ridiculous, oh my god, in and out multiplayer. Comes out of nowhere, you don't really know who the person is. Dark Souls did it. Like, I don't know, that just bothers me. How much praise it got for that, even though it didn't invent that. But there's so many people that don't know what the Souls games are or something, and they're just like, oh yeah, Journey invented that.
Well, and I think maybe I could be completely wrong in saying this, but maybe it was just like a completely different crowd of people played Journey, and so they never,
I don't know,
seen it.
It's just like this thing that always bothered me. I'd hear it and I'd be like, really?
Yeah, that would really bother me too, but maybe because
it's also the part, I think the reason it was distinctly different is because you literally don't know who the person is. Like, you don't even get their PSN name or anything.
I think that's the point.
But
no, I don't think that is the point.
Oh.
Also, though, I think like maybe people praise it so much because like hundreds of games have like a feature, or not a gimmick, but like something about them that they share with so many other games. But one game might stand out in like how they use it. So I know like the Souls series kind of maybe invented that system of like drop in, drop out. You don't know who this person is. This really cool, innovative way. But I think Journey used it differently, which they did. It did use it differently.
Yeah.
So I don't know if people said that Journey invented it and was like innovated this thing. Yes, that would be really annoying because it's not true. But if they praised how they used it, I think that's okay.
I guess. All right. Yeah. Fine. Alright, number 6 for me. Yeah, this is an interesting place. See, at this point, it's just like, I don't want to order these. I guess it's more so the top 5. This one, I think, I'm okay with it being number 6, even though I think it's better than number 6. I don't know, whatever. Uncharted 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, this is like the PlayStation 3 series. It's basically what Uncharted 2 came out when the PS3 started to do well and actually matter and stuff.
Right.
it gets that credit. Naughty Dog obviously is amazing. They know what they're doing. Honestly, since I played Uncharted, okay, first of all, again coming back to this thing, Uncharted 2 is the first one that I played. So I just had this weird attachment to him. Like, okay, this is the best one. I don't care what the other ones are. This is the best one.
Right.
But like, a lot of people think that too. That 2 is the best. Like, I would say that's the most commonly assumed best one. But then I played 3. Wait. Yeah, no, I played 3 and then I played 1.
Right. Yeah. I think it was my copy of 1, wasn't it?
Yeah. But like, when I played 3, I was like, okay, that was obviously amazing. It's like I didn't expect them to make it any better than 2, because how could they? But then, and it doesn't really. It's not necessarily better, but the thing is that it's not worse. But since it came out later, everybody just says it's
that makes
worse
sense.
because
Like,
it came out 2 years later.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I think they're equal, but Uncharted 2 is like more important because it signifies the rise of the PS3. Yep.
That's fair.
Yeah. I
remember playing it the first time and just being blown away.
Yeah. I didn't know what it was either. That was one of the games that came out when I only had my PS3 for like a year, and it got me into. I was like, "What is going on? This is ridiculous looking."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had some. Oh, I remember I was on Reddit like maybe a week ago, and there was an Ask Reddit question where they ask Reddit users to respond to a question, and the question was like,
wait, who?
For people on Reddit.
No, but who's asking?
Reddit. Just one user asks everyone on Reddit a question and you answer it, right? And the question was, they phrased it something like, people who saw, I forget which Star Wars it is, but the Star Wars where Darth Vader says that he's Luke's father. For people who saw that in theaters, like, what was it like seeing that moment in theaters? Because it's one of the biggest moments in like cinema ever.
Yeah. And
it was a really interesting question, and it was so cool reading people's answers from like the 70s or 80s whenever it came out, and how like everyone was talking about it. And I feel like in video games 20 years from now, people will be asking like, oh, you played Uncharted 2 when it came out? Like, what was that like when you played it?
It's like before you put that in your system, the PS3 was like a door stop.
That's untrue.
No.
Metal Gear Solid 4 had been out.
I know, and Little Big Planet. I know.
Yeah.
And Infamous, which isn't as big, but still.
And Folklore and Heavenly
But like this got like the media, I guess, attention.
Yeah, and it won like an exclusive PS3 game in the game of the year. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Did Uncharted 3 win?
Skyrim, pretty much.
But it's no Skyrim won that year.
Sadly.
Yeah.
And then there's also Portal, which won a lot for a lot of people also. I don't know, I think that year was more like there was no clear winner. It was like just depending on what you liked.
Yeah.
Because Dark Souls came out that year, I'm just saying.
Actually, GameSpot, which is, I would say, up there with IGN, one of the biggest websites, when Uncharted 2 came out, which that won every game in the year because it was so original. And yeah, they gave it to Demon's Souls. Yeah, and that stirred the pot.
Yeah. I think I was one of those people that was like, "Are you kidding me?" And we'll see where that got.
You hadn't played.
I hadn't played Demon's Souls, and we'll see where that gets my
And I had played Demon's Souls, so yeah. So my number 5 is
Top 5.
Demon's Souls. And actually, this is weird that we were just talking about that because Uncharted 2 is not on my list. And Demon's Souls is number 5.
Oh, well,
so
then I know what is.
I guess that would mean I like Demon's Souls more than Uncharted 2, but I don't know if that's... I don't know, I'll explain it when I get
like it a
list.
lot more because it's not on your list at all.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, making these lists is weird because you can't compare those two games. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I don't know. Demon's Souls, I would compare it, like how I felt about it, to Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom. it was like my own thing. None of my friends were playing it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I found this, and it makes me feel good. And I remember when I first bought it, like every game now that comes out is $59.99. But at the time in Canada, randomly games would come out for $69.99.
Yeah.
Like I remember Mortal Kombat was $69.99.
And there's like also $64.99 sometimes.
Yeah, now it's all $59.99, but then it would just be random. And I remember I went to like 3 stores, I think, to find Demon Souls, and it was sold out everywhere. And then I finally went to Walmart, and they had 1 copy left, and it was $69.99. And I remember saying, I will never buy a game for that much, like, but I wanted it so bad. And with tax and everything, it was like almost $80 for this stupid game. So then I started playing it, and I was just awful. And I still, to this day, say I played the first level. It must have been over 50 times that I tried. And I remember just one day I said, this is stupid. I was like, I hate this game. But then I remembered paying almost $80 for it. Like, no, I have to. But then once I got past the first level, I don't know, it was just like this rhythm that I got into, and I was like just freaking murdering everyone. And I beat it in, I think, like just around 30 hours. And everyone's saying it was like a 60-hour game. But I did it in 30 hours, and I don't know, it was just amazing. Like, so different. Again, it's just an atmospheric game. Like, there wasn't really any story. Just how everyone spoke, and like the silence, and obviously the art direction. That's just the feeling of loneliness. That's what, like, it's hard to go back to those games because they're not pleasant games to play.
Once you know what you're doing, they kind of are. Like, you once you're good enough at them, you turn them into like a sport.
Yeah, I see that. I remember in Dark Souls, the first, or maybe it's Demon Souls. No, I think it's Dark Souls. The first time you see the sun, like that, you're actually in the outside world, not in this dark and barren, and it's like this weird feeling of like, oh, I'm so alone, and even when you're not alone, you feel alone.
Yeah, everybody always, when they're talking about atmosphere and creepy and like being alone and stuff, everyone always says BioShock, and I'm like, no, that's nothing. Not even. That's nothing.
Nothing to, yeah.
But everybody thinks that, like, it just doesn't do it. Like, because if you die, you just respawn, whatever. Who cares? In this, like, yeah, you can't just die. It doesn't work like that.
And I'll spoil kind of the rest of my list. Dark Souls isn't on my list, but I guess number 5, Demon Souls, like, represents both. It's like you said, the first one you play, it's like it has a place in your heart. So I think Dark Souls is a better game, but I just enjoyed Demon Souls more. And Dark Souls really should be on my list, but whatever. Demon Souls is on it, so.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Alright. Well. Okay. I'll just go to my 5th. This is the point where these are probably not in the right order.
You say that every time.
No, but
this is
it's like the top 7. These are clearly the top 7. 6 deserves to be in 6th, but like Uncharted 2. But now I don't know if this deserves to be 5th.
Right. But I'm totally questioning my top 4 now.
Putting it higher, but then that would be lowering something else. Like, whatever. So number 2 through 5, maybe they could be switched around.
Right.
But number 5, I put Persona 4 Golden.
Wow.
What?
Wow. Okay, that's even more surprising to me than Infamous.
What? What do you mean? How?
Well, you really like Infamous, and it did make your list. And last time I checked, Persona 4 was your favorite game ever.
Well, that was right after I played it.
What?
No, I just said, like, this, I could have put this number 2, and I'd still be okay with that.
Wow, okay, I thought...
You thought this was my number 1?
I thought Persona 4 was, like, your Final Fantasy X.
No. It is, but there's just so many. There's this handful of games that just, they're too good.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Number 4, 3, 2, and 1. Are any of them Japanese made?
Hold on. Crap, I always get confused with... yeah, well, yes, I can say yes.
Okay, so it's not even your favorite Japanese game.
No.
Wow.
But
okay. Wow. That's
maybe,
so surprising.
Like, I feel bad putting it doesn't deserve to be number 5 because it is so good. Like, this is like a game I've dreamed of existing and didn't think it existed. Like, I would kind of joke around and be like, I wish there was a game kind of like Pokemon, but it was like,
you live life.
but it was just normal life, you know. Yeah, you just talk to friends and stuff, and I was like, that would be amazing, but it'll never happen. Then this is what made me get a Vita, because I was like going through reviews and I was like, what is this? Greg Miller reviewed this weird game, and I was like, what? This exists. I was like freaking out.
I remember you said that Greg Miller is the reason you bought a Vita.
Yeah. I was like, what? I can't believe this game exists, and I was just obsessed with this game when I got it, and it is most definitely worth a Vita, for one. Like, I don't care.
I would agree with that.
I don't care if another good game comes out. Well, there already has been good games, but if there wasn't, it's still worth it. I don't care. Like, I'm kind of... I feel like I'm going to play this game again at some point. I just don't know when that'll be. But I think the reason I put this 5th is because I only played it once. I didn't have that I must play this again, which... Well, all the other games I did. So I think that's
well,
why.
It's an epic. Like,
oh yeah, it's like 70 hours.
Yeah.
But... Oh, that's another, like, holy crap, this game's $40. It's 70 hours. It is probably the funniest game ever. Has the...
Oh, yeah, it's really funny,
most, like, awesome characters ever.
Except we have really different opinions on the characters.
What? What do you mean?
Well, because, what's her name?
Oh, Chie?
Chie, yeah. I don't like her.
She's awesome. But obviously, like,
no.
Kanji...
Okay.
I would say he is the best video game character. I have to.
Yeah. I'm just remembering the scene where you meet him in the sauna or whatever. And, okay, I just wanted to say a disclaimer real quick. That game would 100% be on my list, but I just don't think I finished enough percentage of it. Like, I played maybe... like 25 or 30 hours, but I didn't even...
You could have beaten like Uncharted 3 times.
Yeah, but I didn't even finish half of the story. So,
and that's the thing; it's 70 hours long, and I was never bored at all.
Oh my goodness, yeah! Like those 30 hours, I think, like in like real world time, that's the game I played the most in a small amount of time. Like I clocked those 30 hours, in I think under a week. Yeah. Like I was on vacation, I think. And like not an entertaining vacation that I should have not been playing video games, like a family like holiday vacation. So yeah, oh man, I couldn't stop.
I don't know, like there's like a fake ending kind of thing. Like it's weird.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Like you can get to, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw a random number, 55 hours in. And it basically offers you to end it the wrong way. But if you do it the right way, you get 15 more hours.
It's like another game.
Yeah. It's like, what? Oh my god. The characters are so good. I'd say this game is perfect, and it's 5th on my list. Like, what does that even mean? That doesn't make sense.
So the first like false ending, whatever, like is it kind of like a cheap ending, or is it actually like a legitimate? Okay, the game could end there, but if you make this other choice, there's another legitimate ending.
Oh, it's a choice. Like, wait, how far did you? Well, you got far enough in for like the overall story to be there, right? You like.
I almost got Rise in my party.
Yeah, so you were looking for the killer or whatever.
Right, but they kind of had no idea who it was.
Yeah.
They were just dicking around the whole time.
I don't know if it would be a spoiler to say what, like, the false ending, like, without...
Of course it would be a spoiler.
Well, not being specific, like...
Oh, like, meaning, like, they in the false ending they don't find the killer, in the real ending they do, something like that? Oh, yeah, go
it's
for
like,
it.
you can just be wrong. Be like, okay, yep, we're good. Nope. The game's...
Oh, like you falsely accuse someone.
Yeah, the game's over, and, yeah. But it's not, because that's not right. But it could be, like, people could just play that and end the game there, and it would be perfectly fine.
And, like, the credits roll and everything?
Yeah, it's over. And it's basically like you have to make a specific choice in dialogue for the 15 hours to extra. I think it's like...
That's insane.
I think it's like 2, actually. You have to make a certain choice, and then from that, another certain choice. And, like, the real ending is way better than the...
okay.
Than the cop-out ending, or whatever it is. Oh, man.
So, I don't know why, but when I woke up this morning, I felt like playing it. So, if I do start it up again...
Oh, you have to.
I will talk to you before I get to there and ask you what, because I want the real ending.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, that's an amazing game.
As long as you, like, save. Like, I did watch the not real ending, and then just go back and do it the other way.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I can't say anything else about this game without freaking out more.
Alright.
And it's 5th.
Yeah, I'm really questioning my top 4 now. Like, I think this next one I just put in there because it's new. But anyway.
Oh, I know what
my
this
number
is.
4.
Don't do it.
So I have Mass Effect 2, Enslaved, Folklore, Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom, Heavenly Sword, Catherine Near, The Walking Dead, Gravity Rush, Journey, Demon Souls, and...
Don't do it.
Number 4... No, I think that it's Bioshock.
Ah, I knew it. No.
I keep contradicting myself.
You're
like
doing
I don't
it
like
because
shooters.
it's new. I'm 100% sure.
This game is amazing. This game is amazing. This game is amazing. I'm just gonna keep saying that for my 3-minute time slot for this game.
Right.
This game is amazing. Like, I don't like shooters, and this game is amazing. I remember this one website asked me to. I forget how. I think they saw something I wrote or something, and they're like, "Oh, we're starting up this website, and we won't pay you, but can you write whatever you can?" They gave me freedom, and I didn't have any deadlines, so. But they said, "Oh, we have no one." Oh, I told them I was playing Bioshock Infinite. They said, "Yeah, no one is asked to do the review," so I wrote the review. I remember I said like it was like the best game of the last like 5 years at the time, and I said like oh, I just like like friggin'.
I feel like story-heavy games is a really bad idea to review them right after, or like talk about them, or state your opinion.
Oh my gosh. The last hour of that game, yeah, it clouded my judgment for sure. And I would still say it's one of the best games. Obviously, I would say it's one of the best games of the generation. But it was just amazing. I think, like,
I don't like how
there's just nothing. I don't even know what to say about it. Like, Elizabeth is amazing. Troy Baker is amazing. Booker DeWitt. Like, how
really
can he doesn't do much, but how Ken Levine obviously knew everything about everything while he was writing and designing it. Like, he knew every story beat and every, like, he's amazing. And just, yeah, everything is just amazing. Whatever, it's a shooter. I don't know, whatever. I'm a sucker for characters and story, and it's just the prime example of good storytelling. I think that's why it's so hard, because the other ones are atmosphere, and maybe some of them have good character, like Mass Effect 2, Heavenly Sword has good characters, but characters don't make good storytelling. Like, I've been trying to explain this to people for so long, and I never know how, but there's a difference between good characters and good storytelling.
I like good characters better. That's why I don't like Bioshock Infinite as much.
But me, I'm a sucker for storytelling. I think this is the best. Other than my number 2, this is the best story that was told the entire generation. The entire generation. What?
I quit.
What?
I quit. No.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. Okay, but yeah, I think this is the best story.
Wait, what?
Other than my number 2.
No.
Other than my number 2, meaning this one.
No, I know.
Okay.
No, I know exactly what that means. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. After I played that game, I was like, wow, this game is amazing. But over the year, I've been like, that game was kind of amazing. Like, I don't know, it kind of died down. I don't like the end of the game. I'm not gonna say what happened, obviously, but
the end of the game is the game.
I know, but I feel like it ruined the entire game. I was like, really? That was my response to it.
Also, BioShock 1 and 2 are not on my list because BioShock Infinite is clearly better. And
yes.
I know a person that will get really mad from me saying that, who will probably listen to this.
Yeah, no. But that game is a joke. It's like not even. It's hardly.
I thought it was good.
It's good. That's about it.
Yeah, it's good.
Really? That's
It's
really
good.
about it. But Infinite is so much better. It's an infinite amount better.
Oh.
And even 2 is twice as good as the first one. Okay. Anyways.
I didn't play 2, but anyway, go on, yeah.
Alright. I don't know what else to say about it. Like,
Yeah, no.
it's obviously one of the best games this year, but there's so many good games this year.
Yeah, like Tomb Raider.
No. If Tomb Raider's
Did you
on your
play
list,
it?
I'm gonna punch you.
Did you play
You
Tomb
didn't say
Raider?
it's not. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Fair
enough.
I feel like that game is like, I think it was it's one of the Game of the Year nominees for
Really?
VGX. I'm like, what the heck? No. Like,
Oh,
there's so
yeah,
many
that's
more better games that aren't on the list, you dummies. Just because that's like,
You
just
dummies.
because that game has so much money poured into it. It's like money that, whatever. Like, that game isn't unique at all. It's just, to me, Tomb Raider is like the definition of a generic 2013 game.
Yeah, it is nominated for a Game of the Year. I just checked.
It's like, okay, obviously Grand Theft Auto is doing its thing. It's there because, same with The Last of Us and BioShock. They all clearly have their thing and are huge.
Do you know the 5th nominee?
Um,
It's so random.
yeah.
It's,
Is it? No, it's not Gone Home, is it?
no, it's Super Mario 3D
Oh,
World.
right. Yeah.
That's whatever.
Okay, that's okay. But like Tomb Raider, I feel like they just put, like, there's so many other games that are better than Tomb Raider, but they just put Tomb Raider there because it has a lot of money and it's well acted or whatever.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was good.
I don't know. It was good, exactly, but I feel like it wasn't unique in any way at all, and it wasn't.
But well, okay, what do you think should be there instead of? Like, I don't think there should be anything there
Fire
besides
Emblem's
Tomb Raider.
better.
Okay. Okay, but you know they'll never nominate a JRPG for
And
Game
it's
of the Year.
handheld. So they're all like,
Yeah.
that's not a game.
Yeah, it's stupid how award shows work. They only do big games on consoles.
Yeah.
Like, Fire Emblem is nominated for Best RPG and Best Handheld.
And Wind Waker HD is the best thing ever, so whatever. And that's probably not on there at all, which is really sad. I mean, I guess it's not a new game, but whatever. Okay, I guess I'll say my number 4, Demon Souls. Wow, surprising.
Right.
I kind of avoided saying things about it when you said it, but I don't know what else there is to say about it. I did play it after Dark Souls.
It's just a good game.
Very, very good game.
Good game.
Yeah, it basically got. Well, okay, no, I'm not even gonna talk. There's no point. You can go. Number 3.
Okay. Well, I had something to say about Demon Souls.
Oh, okay. They keep going.
I was going to say, like, how he said Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3 are, like, equally as amazing. But people think Uncharted 3 is worse because it came out later.
Yeah.
I think Demon Souls came out first, and it was, like, holy crap, like just like Uncharted 2, this is so new and just new ideas, fresh ideas. But I think I think Dark Souls built on Demon Souls more than Uncharted 3 built on Uncharted 2.
Yes.
So like, yeah, Demon Souls is a better game. Whereas Uncharted 3 is the same amount of goodness. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, so my number 3 is there's so many coincidences in this podcast. My number 3 is Uncharted 3. We were just talking.
Wait, what?
Okay.
You always say
what?
Okay, never mind. Nothing. I think I know what's happening.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. No,
No. Just go.
I know what I have to explain because I always say the first one is my favorite, and this list is supposed to be our favorite. So yes, it should be Uncharted. But here's the thing.
Are you saying Uncharted 1 isn't on the list?
I'm not saying anything.
Oh,
I'm saying that Uncharted 3. Listen, Uncharted 3, in my opinion, is the best game of the series. I think it is better than Uncharted 2 because I think the writing is better in Uncharted 3 than Uncharted 2. I think Uncharted 2 really gets down like the witty, quirky, silly humor of what Uncharted is. They use Sully really well. Chloe's great. Like the writing's just really good. But in Uncharted 3, like I don't know, I think they had like a really solid
the
message.
Most Sully, so I mean that is going. It's got going. It seems more like important and stuff. You actually care. It makes you care about the characters in a different way, other than just laughing at them.
Yeah, it's what I love. Again, I'm a sucker for writing in characters, and Uncharted 3 is a character study. Like they study who Drake is, whereas the other ones are just
laughing,
funny, witty. Like there's serious, solid, good writing, but they're more like light. But Uncharted 3 is like looking at Drake. Like the whole point of the game is he's supposed to not be doing this anymore because he keeps getting killed. Or not killed. Almost
they
killed.
acknowledge that you've respawned in the game like 100 times. Why do you keep reappearing?
The third game is like all of the people he loves and the people around him saying like stop doing this, like it's too much, you're going too far. And it's like a look at how far Drake is willing to go and what he'll do, and it's really good. Although my one complaint about Uncharted 3 is actually the lack of humor. There wasn't that many funny parts. I remember one of the best jokes is when they get the guns from from one of the merchants or whatever, and Elena's like, I think if you ask one of those rug merchants out there for weapons or whatever, we'll get them. And Sully goes, why the hell would a rug merchant have these weapons? And she goes, Sully, he's not actually a rug merchant. Oh. So good. Just, yeah, really good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, Uncharted 3, I think, is just an amazing game, obviously.
Alright. Okay. I feel like this... What?
No, I'm just looking at these games.
Okay, I think my number 3 is... I feel like you forgot about it.
Oh my gosh, crap.
No, not as... No. You forgot that it would be on my list.
Oh, okay.
Like, when I said Persona 4, and you were like, there's a Japanese game higher than that? Like, Pokemon?
I have no idea.
X and Y?
No, I didn't.
You didn't even... No? Well, that's number 3.
Oh, no, I thought it was Demon Souls, because Demon Souls is Japanese.
Yeah, that's what I always get confused by, like, because it is, but then it's like not... I don't know, it's like not a Japanese game.
But it's made by Japanese people, so it's a Japanese game.
Yeah, but like...
I meant Japanese made. Like
it's Japanese made and it's an RPG, but you can't really call it a JRPG.
Right.
Like
I just meant it's Japanese made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Pokemon X and Y is in number 3. Wow, okay. Wow. What? Okay, that just hit. What? I didn't even really hear you ever talk about them. Like, I know I'm here.
Well, that's because
like,
I was busy playing them.
Oh.
No, I'm not even kidding. I put like 100 hours in that game in like a week. Like...
Okay, that's unhealthy, but second of all...
That's... No, like in a few weeks. Actually, no. I think I hit 140 hours within a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's heavy.
Yeah, and then I played the other one, X, because I got both of them. And then I played through that once also. So added to that another 20 or so. Yeah.
Wow, I just didn't, like, whenever you're obsessed with the game, you, like, post things about it or something. I don't know. I just thought, like, you were playing it and, like, whatever.
Oh, no, it's very, like, I don't even care if it were to be a bad game. It would still be in this list because, like...
No, I'm not. I haven't played it, so I don't know. I'm sure it's great. I just didn't know you loved it so much.
But it's Pokemon. Like, I can't... Like, there's nothing to even explain about it. It's not necessarily, like... Well, obviously, the jump to 3D is cool. Everything looks really nice. Like, the Pokemon designs are so much better than sprites. The Mega Evolutions are kind of cool, I guess.
Right. I guess.
It's like, the amount I talked about Persona 4, but it's like, you know what Pokemon is. There's nothing to say. Exactly. Like, it's just another great entry in the series.
It's a formula that's been working since
I was born. Yeah, pretty much been playing Pokemon again since I was 3. I play every single one. See, technically in this generation, Diamond and Pearl and Black and White 2 and Platinum also came out. Right. I picked X and Y because I think it is better than those ones. That's really hard to get into what I think is, like, because I'm not even going to, actually, because it's silly. Really, some are better for some reasons, some are better for other reasons. But people get into serious arguments over which one's the best, and it's, like, silly.
My favorite is Crystal, but...
Yeah. But it's like it's been 15 years spread out. It's like a big reason that you're not even realizing that you like certain games is because of what you were doing in real life at that time, or like things like that. And also playing what you played first, or what you played when you understood the game the most, or whatever. Yeah, and then there's like differences competitively. Well, I don't know. It's just they're great. And putting a Pokemon game at number 3 is just so weird. It's like, because I don't know, like before this generation, or even during this generation, before I got a PS3, I should say, by far, like, my favorite series were Pokemon, Super Smash Brothers. That's about it, and Mario Kart. But, like, they're still on this list, but then it's like, there's other stuff. There's other stuff out there. I don't know.
So much.
Yeah. Alright, okay. I don't know. There's not much to say about it.
Yeah.
It just needs to be there.
It needs to be. Alright. You done?
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling we share this one.
No, because you already said it. Okay, we're gonna pause the podcast for a second, just a sec. Okay. So you can click back in now, and I'm on my number 2. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, and you're confusing me. Wait, hold on. You said it was on.
I think. Okay, I might just be remembering incorrectly, but I think it was on.
Never mind. I know what it is.
Okay, yeah, it's Metal Gear Solid 4.
Okay. Now I'm not concerned about what you said anymore.
What do you mean? What did I say before? About what?
When you said BioShock was the second most story to number 2, I thought something else was number 2, meaning something else was number 1, and I was like, what?
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, no, don't worry. Okay. Yeah, no, Metal Gear Solid 4 has clearly the best story.
Okay.
Story.
Even though it's like
story.
Confusing, but
completely confusing. If you don't play every entry aside from the portable ones, but even the portable ones, I had to read summaries because
you can't play a single one of those games and make sense of it.
Yes, you can.
No, but like just playing that one game.
Oh, by itself?
Yeah, any one of those games by itself, that makes no sense.
It makes absolutely no sense.
La-le-le-lo.
And La-di-do-le-do. And even
even now, like when I heard Metal Gear Solid 5's coming out in like what, a few months, I guess, or I don't know, like the prequel or whatever.
It's not gonna make sense.
No, I said, crap. I either have to replay all of them, which is it's unacceptable. So I said I'm really gonna have to read all the summaries again, because if you ask me now, like what the heck was happening, like at some point, I would have no idea.
Yeah.
But if I read them over, I would go, yeah.
You know what's also surprising for both of us is that nothing of those games was spoiled at any point ever. At least for me.
Yeah.
I was never spoiled.
I remember I'm subscribed to some like email a news list. It's this small site.
Actually, no, I knew what the end of 4 was. Never mind.
Yeah, because they
still
sent
didn't
an
change
email.
how like it felt though. It's weird.
Right. Yeah, for me too. But before I had even started playing number 1, they sent out an email with their news, whatever, like a year after maybe Metal Gear Solid 4, and it was an interview with Kojima. His opinions, like a year after, like how do you feel about Metal Gear Solid 4? He said in the interview that, in the original script I had, Snake died. I was like, well, now I know he doesn't die. Which is kind of like an anti-spoiler,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That kind of really ruins the ending.
No, because you still have no idea what happens, you just know he doesn't die.
Yeah, but then it shows... Okay, I don't care about spoiling it now, it's way too old. But it shows... You're supposed to think he does die.
Oh, I guess.
So you're like, wait, what? That doesn't make sense.
So you lose the suspense, yeah. Right.
That was actually still there because the spoiler I heard, I kept hearing, was that he does die.
Oh, okay.
So then I was like, what?
No, he wanted him to die. He wanted Otacon and Snake to be handed over to the government, and they were executed for all of the crimes they committed against, like, the world. But he said the only reason that didn't happen, like, he has complete control of the story, but he said his development team also is really passionate about the story too. They were so mad when they read the script that they said, we literally won't make this game. So, like, he had no one to make the game, so he changed it.
Instead, they killed off David Hayter.
Yeah. We should probably talk about the game, though. I just think it's amazing. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people say, the story's so silly, like, it's just out of control. Like, well, maybe, but whatever. Like, it's just so
fun
good
to just sit there and watch it.
Yeah.
Like,
and I love cutscenes.
Yeah, I know.
This generation has been all about, like, moving away from the cutscene, like, being fully enacted. I love just watching.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like, the ending is, like, 50 minutes or something.
It's just you have to want that. Obviously, there's a specific audience that's cutting out the people that just want to play an action game or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I think, like, when you play it, like, the gameplays are really good.
I don't like stealth at all, and I liked it.
Yeah, and it's the first Metal Gear where you can kind of choose to not do stealth.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
That was kind of annoying playing 2 where you had to. I actually really liked it though. In 3, I was just running through. I was like, "This is." I didn't like 3 at all.
Oh my gosh! That noise is weird, but 3 is so good.
I don't like 3. I didn't even play 1. I just watched the cutscenes.
Okay.
It was like 10 hours.
Which I played 1 in like 12 hours. So.
Yeah, it was kind of weird watching this. Like, I don't know if it was 10 hours, but at least 8 or 10 hour like YouTube video. Well, there's a bunch of them. They were split up with that by like half an hour. But there's this. It looks so bad. It's funny, like what they were trying to push the system, but it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I think below Final Fantasy X, Metal Gear Solid 1 is my second favorite game.
I feel like I can't appreciate it because of all those weird things that happen in it, like with the memory card and whatever. Unless that's in that, right? You have to switch.
Oh gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah, but like I can't do that, or I don't know. Yeah, it would have been cool to experience that at the time, I guess.
Yeah.
But I was too busy playing Mario Kart.
Fair enough.
All right.
I think that's more appropriate. So.
Yep.
Wow, you're number 2. Okay, I don't know.
You have to.
I have no idea.
Are you serious?
Oh, what? No, I don't know.
What?
It's okay. I have an idea of 2 games, but I don't know which one it is.
Okay. Well, yeah. It's The Last of Us.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Oh my gosh.
What?
That's so stupid.
What? Why is it stupid?
Sorry. That was not respectful of your opinion. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Well, Well, obviously. Okay, whatever. What the heck do I even say about this game? Okay, well. No, that doesn't work either. I have no idea what to say about this game. Like, it's very special. Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Yep.
You should start saying something so I can think of something.
Oh, jeez. Well. Hey, this is your pick, so.
Oh yeah. It's totally not. Yeah. Okay. What? Holy crap! I don't know what to say. I actually don't. Like.
All around superb.
Yeah. There's nothing. There's
nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with this game. Like people always say, like there can't be a perfect game, but does perfect literally mean that there's nothing wrong with it? Because if that's the case, then this is a perfect game. Like, I don't know.
Well, I think perfection kind of like excludes room for improvement. So I think when people say there's no such thing as a perfect game, they mean there's always room for improvement.
That's fine.
But I mean, like, you have.
I can't pick out a single thing in that game that should have been done better.
Well, if they made it now, it would look better. I think that's what people.
Yeah. Yeah, Troy Baker. Jessica. I'd say Joel.
Yeah.
Like, obviously his kanji in Persona 4, like I said, is the best. I'd say the best character, but like Joel is number 2 then. Like,
right.
Troy Baker is amazing. And if you look at the difference between those 2 characters, like,
yeah.
literally as opposite as you can be.
Oh my gosh, they should make a DLC where Joel is like his kanji. Hello.
Oh my god.
You make every shot count.
Holy crap. They could actually...
Dude, I have to remind you what is out there.
That would be the best-selling game of next year if they did that. And that would be so easy to do.
That'd be so easy.
They
just have to rehire him.
Yeah, they just be like, okay, change your voice back to him and redo all your lines. We're just going to put them in here. Oh my god. Oh.
I'm just thinking of every scene. Like, even his voice acting, like, during gameplay, like, when he gets shot or something, like, oh god damn it. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to pull myself together. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. But then they would have to rewrite Ellie, just like being completely fed up.
No, she wouldn't even react to it. Oh man.
Oh wow. That'd be amazing.
Well, I can't even think of like specific lines.
Well, I just pulled a few.
Without spoiling anything.
Oh.
I don't know. I guess when they, I think it would fit in one part where they see that thing that makes Ellie happy.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. god! Look at that. He just becomes really happy. Or they could just put it in at that part. That would work too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. Wow.
Okay. Oh, my face.
Okay, so.
Yeah, okay, now. We all know
Mine.
that it's not perfect because that's not his voice. But other than that.
Right. There's the room for improvement. Okay, so mine. Are you finished with The Last of Us?
What? Really?
Well, that was your number 2, right?
Well,
are you finished? I mean.
sure.
Okay. So, I'm gonna go through my list.
Okay.
So my shoutouts were Ico and Shout Out the Colossus HD and Metal Gear Solid HD, which probably would have made the list. Dead Space and L.A. Noire. Number 15 was Mass Effect 2, followed by Enslaved, Folklore, Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom, and Heavenly Sword. The top 10, and Catherine was number 10. Number 9 was Nier. The Walking Dead was 8. Gravity Rush. Journey. Demon Souls was number 5. Bioshock Infinite. Uncharted 3. Drake's Fortune. Drake's Deception,
What?
sorry. Wow. Slip there. Number 2 is Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. Now, before I say my number 1, I would like to speak about the game before I say what it is. I think that there are games on this list that I enjoyed playing more than this game. But I think that there is no game ever to ever have been made, still, now even that the next-gen systems are out. I don't think there's any game that is more well-made than this game. I think that it was the developer's intention to make it not enjoyable and not fun, and to make the player never happy or enjoy their time. So, I kind of broke the rules because the list was the games we enjoyed the most. But I think I counted both. I thought of how much I enjoyed them, but I did also factor in how well they were made. For example, number 9 was Nier. And I think I enjoyed Nier maybe more than Journey, and maybe I enjoyed Nier more than The Walking Dead or something, which were higher on the list. But Nier, I'm sure it has a 60 on Metacritic. It just wasn't that well made of a game. So it pushed it down a bit, I think. So my number 1 is the best game I have ever played. It's not my favorite, but it's The Last of Us.
Oh, I was hoping you'd just randomly say something else. Leave that off your list.
I think... I'm not sure if this is true, but I think it's the first video game where the actors' performances were equal to an actor's performance in a film. I'm a film buff. Went to film school for 2 years. When I see a movie, I don't like watching bad movies. It's just there's no point. I like to watch movies where the characters are complex and the actors are skilled enough to portray so many levels of all of these different people and just be a different person. I think acting is an unbelievable talent. And in The Last of Us, obviously you need a good script in order for the actors to be able to do that. So they had that with the script because the script was amazing. But then they did it in a video game. Oh my gosh, Troy Baker, what the heck? I didn't even think okay, he's a good voice actor, whatever.
It doesn't sound
but
like him at all.
Yeah, when he played Joel, I was he is legitimately he could be an A-list actor. His performance as Joel was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Oh, it's the best game ever made, ever, of any generation. And I'm getting heated up now. I don't know how anyone could argue that. You can't argue it. It's the best game ever made. Period. It's not my favorite game. And nothing will ever be more than Final Fantasy X. That's what got me into video games. It's what showed me that video games can tell a story, whatever. But The Last of Us is the best game, the best story. Everything comes together in the best ways. It is the best game ever made.
Yeah.
So, like whatever. If you try to argue it, you just can't. Which apparently you're about to do because your number one is different.
One moment. This is awkward.
Did you poop yourself?
Maybe.
That is a possibility.
No, my headset just started dying. It was beeping. My headset almost died on me. I had to plug it in. Okay.
Okay, go through. Yeah, I'm finished. There's nothing else to say. That other than it's the best game ever made. So go through your shoutouts and then your list.
Okay. Really? There's nothing else to say.
Well, if you had something to say, then go ahead.
Like, I feel like some people that play it, either, I don't know if they're coming from, like, this, they just want to be opposed to it because it's popular or because it's a PlayStation exclusive or whatever. But there's people that just say, meh, it's boring. Like, what?
Yeah, it makes. Yeah, well, that's actually. I was really surprised by how positive the reception was because the developers said multiple times actually that a movie called No Country for Old Men was one of like a big inspiration. They're trying to like gain a lot from like the tone and all the stuff from that movie, which is like a really slow, subtle, but really smart, interesting, well-crafted movie. It's really good. It won Best Picture at the Oscars. But people who aren't into films like me or whoever, they watch it and they say, oh, it's boring. And I don't know, like, maybe they don't, I don't want to say they don't understand, because that makes it sound like I'm talking down to them. But it's not that they don't understand. Like, these people aren't stupid. They're just, I think they have different expectations from movies or something. So, I don't know. So they just think it's boring. I don't know. Or they just, maybe they don't realize that movies can be a really smart, like, I don't know. So that's what I was scared for The Last of Us, because during all the trailers and gameplay, I saw, oh, this is what they're going for, and crap, like in the film world, the mainstream just don't even bother with it. They don't watch it because they think it's boring. So maybe, but it's sold tons of copies and everything. So, but then what I think about is maybe the majority of people that play it, like, don't even realize that how smart it is and how good it is. They just, oh, I can kill zombies, which is fun.
That's weird.
I don't.
It's like, I don't understand how somebody can go through that game and not be like remotely affected by what's happening.
Right, but I think people do somehow. I don't know. Like, I think there's a huge chunk of people that don't understand how even movies or books or video games can be like smart and have a message and have something to say, and that there's people behind them that want to tell something through these things. Like, there's people that just go to the movies to see G.I. Joe and Avengers, and that's just all they know. Like, they don't realize that these mediums can do other things. And so they play The Last of Us because, oh, it's another action game where you can hold a gun, and oh my gosh, you can bash that zombie's head against the wall. How cool is that? And they just don't, like, everything else just goes completely over their head. I don't know, I think there's some people like that.
Yeah, it's just that I don't understand that. Like, I can't even put myself in that situation. It's like that, because of the things that happen in the game, it's like, do you not realize that people are, like, dying?
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing that you're not supposed to just sit through and be like, meh.
Yeah. And I didn't even check, obviously, in The Last of Us, but some games have skippable cutscenes, and I think a lot of people skip them. I don't know if it's possible in The Last of Us. I know in Metal Gear Solid, I don't.
If you try, it should like shock you through the controller.
or it should be like microtransactions. Microtransactions, you have to pay for the developer's time and talent and money.
Or it'll like eject the disc at you and fly out and cut your head off. No, that's a little bit much. Alright. Well, I will agree that your number one is, and my number two is the best game ever made.
Okay.
But
yeah, that wasn't what our list was supposed to be. So.
Not the best game ever made based on gameplay, which I would have to give to Dark Souls. Right. Which it's very similar to Demon Souls, obviously, with everything we already said about it. But one thing I should say about Dark Souls is how I actually disregard anybody who says that they've tried it and didn't like it, because I tried it for at least an hour and said it was the dumbest thing.
I remember. Because, wait, why did you... Because I got Demon Souls, and I was trying to get you to play it, and you never would.
I just wanted the game that month. Rage was coming out the same day as Dark Souls, and I was like, Rage looks cooler. So I got Rage, beat it, turned it back in, and then I was like, well, okay, I don't have anything else to play for like a month, so I'm going to get Dark Souls.
And I remember I was so excited, and I remember telling you, don't quit like I almost did with Demon Souls. Like, you just have to freaking, push through. You're like, no, it's so stupid. And you said, because there wasn't, what do you call it? How do you say it? Not focus, a lock-on.
Oh, yeah, I didn't.
But then I showed you lock-on, and then you just freaking, went insane.
Yeah. I can't believe I missed that. It's in, the tutorial type area as you're walking through. Well, it's not right.
Oh,
it's like a...
It's like a joke of a tutorial.
Oh crap! I don't remember the word. There's a really specific word that is perfect for what I'm trying to say right now, and I forget what it is. It starts with a P, maybe a PA. It's like passive. I think it's like a passive tutorial. Okay. You don't because there's things written on the ground, and you just walk over them, and they tell you what to do.
Yeah.
I missed that one.
Okay.
That was the only one I missed. I knew all the other controls, so I just assumed it wasn't there.
Lock-on is absolutely necessary
and
to play that game.
You can't just pause and go okay, what's the controls? No, it's not going to tell you.
Yeah.
If you're dumb enough to miss it, well, guess who's fault?
And I think things like that turn a lot of people away. Like, whoa, I can't pause. This is so stupid. It's like, but that's the whole point.
Yeah, and I did think that was somewhat of a negative, and I accepted that as a criticism until a while after the game was out. After I was done with it, I realized you can just quit the game wherever you are, and you don't have to be at a bonfire. It doesn't put you back to a bonfire. You quit. You're there when you start again. So, and that takes 10 seconds to reload the game. So that's basically pausing if you have to leave to do something.
Right.
So that's silly. You the only place that applies is if you're in a fight or a boss battle. You can't leave.
Right. Well, you'll die.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
If you leave.
Unless you're crazy. But yeah, I think that it is the game that, other than little arcade games that take specific, Resogun or whatever, I think Dark Souls takes the most skill of any game I've played. And it's this really harsh learning curve where it only teaches you by you doing things wrong, which I guess is what life is or whatever. So that's good. That's cool. It doesn't just it's not it doesn't tell you what you did wrong. You just have to realize what you did wrong. It doesn't tell you how to fight the enemies. You have to fight them, fail, and figure it out. I just think it does so many things right.
Everything.
Yeah. The music is amazing.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Obviously, that tends to happen from Japanese people. They're good with music.
Yeah.
Zelda, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, Dark Souls, whatever.
I really like. I don't even know how to not explain it. I don't know what it's called. I guess I should say games that have so much depth, but it's almost it hides it from you.
Yeah. It doesn't tell you how to do anything.
It doesn't tell you how to do anything. And there's so many secrets, and
I've
like everything in that
playing
game.
things for like the 20th time. I've found things, and I was like, what? Why is that there?
Yeah.
There's like this random ledge where you can get this item. Like, what?
Yeah, and like, all these items that are important, but you don't even know.
And you don't need them, but if you do, you can play the game in a completely different way.
Right.
But one thing, when I hear people talk about this game that they never really mention, that I think is one of the best parts of this game, is how while you're playing, like, you go from point A to B, and then you go from point B to C, but then you find this way to get from, it looks kind of linear, it's like you feel like on your path that way, you're like, okay, I'm progressing, I'm getting somewhere, but then once you get to part C, there's a shortcut back to A, and you realize that everything's like this big circle. And it's like,
wow, it's really smart, the world.
It's like you're like, wait, I just went up. Oh, I guess that other place was down. This, like, everything is in the right spot. It's just this big open world. You don't realize it at first. It kind of seems like you're being, like, led a certain way, but then I don't know. You really haven't really gotten anywhere.
Yeah.
And of course, at the beginning, it doesn't tell you where to go at all, and you basically there's 3 ways to go, and
and I freaking the only way. Yeah, I kept going to the catacombs when I started. And you cannot do that, and then you just have to run up that stupid staircase.
It's like, wow, I can actually kill these enemies in 2 hits.
Yeah.
Oh, but like in any other game, especially like it's such a joke. Like Call of Duty or whatever, like the campaign is like literally just tells you what to do. And then you just hold the button down and you win. It's like it's a game.
So why isn't it a problem in Uncharted?
I don't know. I was just thinking that too, because I don't know.
Because it's better.
Because it's not. Well, that's weird. That's a weird question. Because it seems so obvious in my head, but I can't explain it.
Yeah. I remember I read one review on Uncharted 3. It was one of a negative review, actually. And they pointed out one time there was a platforming section. And while you get to this platform, and there's this big jump ahead of you, and Drake says, "Oh, there's only one chance to do this," or something. Like, only got one shot. And the reviewer's like, "But you don't. If you fall, you just go right back onto the platform." Like, I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. It's not a problem for me.
It kind of is. I mean, that's what I kind of have a problem with like what I was saying about Tomb Raider being generic. That's what I see as a generic game. But like, Uncharted is funny enough and clever enough to be something more. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. But I just see Dark Souls as like this pure gameplay experience, which there's some of that still, but a lot of things are being more story, but you still need those games that are just gameplay, and that's what this is.
Right.
But there honestly is so much background. Again, it doesn't tell you anything, but there's so much like story background, like lore. It's really cool if you care enough to get into it.
Right.
You know. Yep. So I would say overall, Last of Us is a better game, but
clearly.
But it can't. It's not. Nope.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's how we were supposed to make the list. So I do want to say, however, that I made a really big mistake and I forgot one game.
Oh, no. Wait.
That would be probably in my top 10, I think.
Okay, wait. I need to guess this. This needs to be the ending. Okay. Me guessing this game.
This is our after show here. Me forgetting one game.
Okay, so
I'll give you not really a hint. It won't help you that much, but it's from near the beginning of the generation.
Valkyria Chronicles.
Yes.
That was the other game. When you said Folklore, when I said there was another game from the beginning that was weird and different, that's what I was talking about.
Because I scrolled through my trophy list to remember what I played
from that game.
And but then even Folklore and Heavenly Sword, there's no trophies. I just remembered them.
What does that say about Valkyria Chronicles? You don't remember?
No, it was so good. Actually, that would probably be like high. Yeah, it would be high up.
Which means whatever your 15th was wouldn't be there.
Which is Mass Effect 2. Yes.
I guess that's fair. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I apologize to Sega.
I don't think that will save them. They're just gonna keep making.
I'll go buy a second copy of Valkyria Chronicles to help them out.
That game, they could bring that game back if they put some trophies in. I think it's a little late now, though.
Yeah, and they drove it into the ground when they released Valkyria Chronicles 2 for PSP, which is a joke. I bought it,
like,
but
if they were,
and it was really good.
They were like, oh, hey, The Last of Us 2, Vita only. Okay,
yeah, hilarious.
Thank you.
Like, and the reason they did that though is because in Japan, PSP even now is still doing really well, but in the States or in North America, it's been a dead system for like a long time.
I love how this advertisement for the Xbox 360 here on Skype just said, all your favorite titles, Minecraft, FIFA, Call of Duty. I was like, oh yeah, those are my favorite titles. Thank you.
I actually have not played any of them.
I've played Minecraft quite a bit, actually.
Really?
Quite a bit, yep.
Quite a bit.
Alright, this was 2 hours and 23 minutes.
Oh. Maybe you'll have to cut it in two?
I don't know. I'll have to cut it in like 23. Well.
So okay, what should I go play once I get off this podcast?
Persona 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to.
I don't know. I like sitting with a controller and looking far away at a TV. When I have this like little, I don't know.
So hold it way really far away from you. Try to mount it on the wall and then sit on the other side. See if you can push it with like a stick. Push buttons.
Okay.
I don't know. Huh. That's weird. I like all those multi-platform games that are on Vita and PS3. I play them all on Vita. Like I love holding the Vita. Like Guacamelee and Spelunky. I don't know.
Right.
They're just awesome. Not Sly though. Sly I played on PS3. Yep. That's only because people are saying it wasn't as fast or something. Same with like Need for Speed. And, like there's some games that aren't 100% the same on both.
Right.
Yep. All right. Almost 2.5 hours of nonsense.
Thanks if you're still listening.
We should like.
And maybe rethink what you do with your time.
Hopefully you didn't listen to all this in one sitting.
Right.
Or one run. If you started listening to this and you're like, I'm just gonna go for a jog while I listen to this, but then it never ends, and hopefully you're not dead. You know. Exercise
is good.
Yeah, not 2.5 hours of it, unless you're.
Think about travel. Think about learning a second language. You know. Just do something
run
cool.
to Japan. See if you can do it.
Right.
Okay. Yep. This was something. I bet we will at some point go back and listen to this and be like, what? Wow, I can't believe. Wow. Can't believe we thought Last of Us was good. Look at what Naughty Dog made in 2030.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I don't think we'll be looking at it. I think we'll be like living it.
Yeah.
Joel in your house. Shooting things.
Shooting things.
But as kanji, obviously. Because they need to improve that. No, you actually need to play that.
I should.
Yeah. It's actually like I don't even know. Like it's like a game for you, and you're not playing it. It makes me feel bad.
Well, you're just looking out for me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like,
I really need to get. I need to get a 3DS for Fire Emblem, Pokemon, Bravely Default, and Shin Megami Tensei 4.
I don't know if you'll like Shin Megami Tensei.
It's a JRPG.
Yeah, but
come on, let's be real.
It's like
I think right now, like good Japanese game development is not on consoles at all.
No,
it's all on hand.
Yeah. So. Well, Dragon's Crown is fun.
That's true. Yeah, Vanilla's great. I love the
Muramasa Rebirth.
Yeah. Yes.
It was alright. I don't know why I bought that.
Yeah, me neither. So many games like, why did I buy this? But it was good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So what's our next podcast about? Probably the VGAs, eh? Talking about it.
Hopefully not crying about it. I swear,
Yeah,
if
really
not Gran Turismo. If Grand Theft Auto beats Last of Us in anything.
You know what though? Like even Michael Pachter, like the big what do you call him, analyst, he said there's no way The Walking Dead could win. There's no way. There's no way Journey could win. They're too small, whatever. And then I think I don't know if I'm saying this like too early, but I think people are growing up and they're actually voting. Like they're looking at it and say, okay, what game is like? Okay, sure, Grand Theft Auto sold like 3, 4, 5 times more than The Last of Us. But I don't think a lot of those people even know what the VGAs are to vote.
Yeah.
So I think the people that know about the VGAs to vote are gamers, and they'll actually look like, what game? Like really.
Honestly,
but I think
I haven't, other than people that are just being dumb or haven't played it, for the most part, out of BioShock, The Last of Us, and Grand Theft Auto, people aren't 100% satisfied with Grand Theft Auto or BioShock, but I really haven't heard any complaints about The Last of Us, other than people just being like, it's boring, like saying things that don't matter, because I could say that about any game just because I don't like it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm expecting Grand Theft Auto to win, but I'm hoping The Last of Us.
Well, it's like
really
Skyrim won over Uncharted and Portal and Dark Souls.
But I knew
Dark Souls
that
wasn't even on that list. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. I feel like Skyrim is Grand Theft Auto, which makes me think that Grand Theft Auto is going to win. Like Skyrim is the Grand Theft Auto of this year.
Right. Yeah.
But then last year it was The Walking Dead, but last year was kind of the weakest year in a while.
Right. What else was nominated with it?
Halo, Borderlands.
Okay.
I don't know what else.
Oh yeah, it totally should have won.
There was something else that I wanted to win. Well, other than Borderlands, I think there was something.
Journey
else.
was nominated.
It was?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, then it was Journey, The Walking Dead, Borderlands. Oh, Mass Effect 3. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And Halo. So yeah.
Wow. Actually, yeah, I'm surprised The Walking Dead won. Like it should have.
But there wasn't
Journey's
like
high on
there wasn't a Skyrim or Grand Theft Auto that year. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
Like a 5-year life cycle game. Big game.
Yeah.
I think this year's got lots of games.
Yeah, I think this
like
is my
there's
favorite
so
game
many
ever.
games that there are like really, really good games that are just going to be ignored.
Yeah, like you saying Fire
Yeah.
Emblem.
And Guacamelee and Ni no Kuni. I didn't even like Ni no Kuni that much, but
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the story was not. The story was not.
and then there's
good,
games like
which
Tomb Raider, which are I don't think they deserve as much attention as they're getting.
Right.
I don't know. What are we even talking about anymore? Okay, this is 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
this
trailing
is going
off
to
here.
take forever to like render or whatever. Because when I hit stop, it
yes.
has to like it actually goes through 3 waves of saving it. It like
Man.
I hit stop, it like saves it, which takes forever, and then I have to. Then it saves it again for some reason, and then it like processes it or something, which takes
Right.
longer than both of those other two. It's probably going to take at least half an hour for all of them to be
Oh
done.
my gosh.
I guess I'm not going to bed. Could just leave
yeah,
my
it's
computer
late.
on, but yeah, it's kind of 2 in the morning. A
Yeah,
little
it's
bit.
4 in the
I didn't expect to start at 10:30 and go till 2 in the morning, and then 11:30.
Yeah. All right, you should probably thank people and send us off.
Thank you. Go away. No. Yeah. Thank you. If I honestly doubt anybody listened to all 2.5 hours of this. I'm not sure who would, but if you did,
Well, Emma will. Hi,
yeah,
Emma.
Emma. I don't know if I can get anybody else to do it, but yeah. So thank you, Emma, and anybody else who listened to this entire thing. That's cool that you cared enough to care about what we care about.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Care Bears.
Tune in next time. We'll try to keep it to like an hour, I guess, for
I
most
don't
of
think
them.
this was supposed to happen. There's just
This is a really big
yeah,
topic.
it's kind of important. There's kind of a lot of things to mention. Like you're reaching back 7 years.
Yeah. So much so that I forgot about Carry Crown. So
Yeah.
that's a testament to how important this is.
I'm sure when we make other ones, it won't be about something that spans 7 years. Until 7 years from now, or so.
Right.
Yeah. Alright, so thank you, whoever you are, for listening to all this. And
Tune in next time.
tune in next time, whenever that is, for whatever that is. Are we going to try to do this every week? Seriously?
Yes.
Okay. So next Saturday, we're going to do it. Are we going to do it for every Saturday?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that would...
It's Saturday for
That
me now.
implies that I'm uploading this tomorrow. I don't know if I can do that, because this is massive. Maybe this will be Sunday. Okay, whatever day this is, the week after that. You know what I'm talking about.
The weekend.
Yeah. Okay, just the weekend. Okay. This is good enough. We're good.
Yeah.
I like to go way in, like whenever I try to say something, and I'm doing it right now, I always try to over-explain it.
Yeah, I feel like... Yeah, I've had to work on stop doing that too.
Yeah. Like when I say... Oh, never mind, I almost just did it. Oh my god. Never mind. Okay. See you, or you can listen to us next week.
Yes.
Goodbye.
See you.
Oh, I almost ended the call instead.